Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming News, and we plan to cover the combat changes in New World, but they announced a public testing environment or realm, and I want to give you all the details on that right here at the start of this video. This is a live stream, so this section's really short. It's probably what you're looking for, but the rest of the stream, if you want to watch it or hit subscribe so you don't miss my live streams, feel free to do that. This is an SNTR update. New World has officially announced that they will be pushing out a testing realm to enable them to push things out for us to try before they end up in the live game, and this includes a variety of things. If you like these video game updates, hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my uploads, or check out SNTR Gaming where I stream this live. They pushed this update out on November the 9th and said that anybody who owns New World will now have the ability to install what we'll find is the New World Public Test Realm as an installable application. It will officially open on November the 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific. So when you see this upload, they may have already been done with this testing realm, but they'll be doing more. There will be one world available in US East, as well as one available in Central Europe. This is going to allow them to push out things for us to try before they end up in the game. And good news, if you're one of the lucky ones that gets in, there's a new weapon that we've seen and heard rumors about. The Void Gauntlet will be testable in this environment. Not only that, they have other things as well. There will be new missions and mobs. They're adding a new enemy type. New dangers have landed on the southern shores. The Varangian raiders have sailed down from the south and brutally carved out sections of each territory. And these guys have hewers, scouts, knights, and archers, leveling range from 16 to 20. So you'll be able to experience that in that portion of the map where they're showing up. It says war camps on the beaches of First Light and Monarch's Bluffs to an entire fort in Everfall. They've also changed enemy variety, so there will be withered swarmers, beetles, lost shaman, a pirate alligator, ancient guardian pyromancer, and an enhanced corrupted laborers. Now, this is going into the testing realm because it sounds like they're going to be using things like this to evolve the world in New World, so that your experience and the game can feel more alive. There's also going to be 2 new legendary weapon quests. It says, alongside the release of the Void Gauntlet, we are also releasing a new legendary weapon quest series. Upon reaching level 60 and maximum skill level with the Void Gauntlet, players should seek out Antiquarian Abington in Reekwater to start this epic endeavor. Note that you will need to have completed Magicai's Stratagem, I'm not sure what that first word is, I'm sorry, in the Shattered Mountain, and Legatus Fulvius quest series in Reekwater to qualify. So eventually these will end up in the game, and these sound like they're going to be end game, like level 60 quests. They have also said that they will be improving main storyline quests. It says quests in the main storyline have been improved with new task types and quest variants, including wave events, destructible objects, and proximity nodes for tracking. You'll see some of these as you progress through the story, and more improvements are still on the way. Also, PvP faction missions. They're going to be adding more variety for PvP players and create a balanced experience for players highly engaged with territory control. 3 brand new PvP faction mission types have been added. In addition, almost all PvP missions now reset on death rather than being forfeited. Note that poach missions have been removed for a better directed set of PvP missions. So there'll be control points, missions that send you out to capture control of forts. There'll be intercept, which is defeat enemy faction members and collect their tiers, and war camp loot, retrieve hidden plans at the enemy war camp. Lastly, they talk about the new trading post experiences. All trading posts have been linked and are now unified. You can buy and sell the same results from any trading posts in the world. Fees for buy and sell orders are defined by the settlement that you are posting from. Additionally, transaction taxes on purchases you make are defined by the settlement in which you are making the purchase. Items listed in sell orders that expire return to the settlement from which you posted them. So a lot of great things if you're looking for new weapons, new quests, and new experiences, even new enemy types. This will be in the public testing realm, which means most, if not all of this, will end up in the main game. If you like these short video game updates, hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next one. Or maybe I'll see you in a live stream. Head over to SNTR Gaming to catch me live there. Or if you're here in the chat right now, you can catch me live right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hopefully, if you have any questions, I answered them with that intro. Obviously, this is good news for people that want to see the game improve and have things added to it. And, you know, if you've been playing this game since the beginning, that is something that will hopefully help smooth things out. Always goofing on my outro. Oh, let them hear it as your card show. Let them hear it. That's fine. Creature likes to have his outro nice and clean. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry. I don't like people watching the beginning of the video on gaming and getting confused. So I was like, I'd try to include that. These people get in my head. They're all like, oh, why does he say it's a short video? It's like, I literally say right before recording it that this is a live stream and it's going to be long and this opening segment is short, but they just don't listen. Anything about new weapons? Yeah, the Void Gauntlet will be usable in the testing environment. Elitist coming in with a renewed membership. Thank you so much for doing that. I greatly appreciate that. Welcome back. We appreciate all of the people that support the channel with a membership. I am looking to see if I can install this Lost Ark Technical Beta, New World. I'm not seeing it as installable, and I just opened up Steam this morning. Is it in their store page as installable? It's supposed to be installable as long as you own New World, and I'm not seeing it. How do they describe it? Let me scroll back up here. It says, starting at the end of today, everyone with a copy of New World will find the new public test realm application in their Steam library. Yeah, that's not true. It's not in my library. Unless there's a way to change my sorting. Maybe let me restart Steam one more time. I swear I started it fresh this morning when I was working on another project. So why is New World dying today? Yo, Ink Sanity with 6 months of subs. Thank you so much, Ink, for that. Welcome back. Let's scroll down here again to New World, because we were going to try and get in it this afternoon when it goes live. Yeah, it's not there. Is there a possibility it won't be available until it opens? I mean, that's not the communication. Let me read it again to make sure I'm not misreading it. It says, by the end of today, so they posted this yesterday on the 9th. By the end of the day, everyone with a copy of New World will find a New World Public Test Realm application in their Steam library. Downloading this standalone application allows interested players to check out the latest preview version and provide feedback. PTR servers will officially open on November the 10th at 12 p.m. Pacific. Servers are limited at the start. There will be one world available in US East and one world available in Central Europe. So it ain't gonna work, right? It ain't gonna work if you can't install it, because it's gonna take a while to install. I'm sure it'll be a big file. And then, you know, didn't they say 3 p.m. East? Well, that's when the servers go live. But this said that yesterday, at the end of the 9th, you'll be able to install it so that you can be ready. You're not going to want to have everybody installing it when the servers go live. Nobody will be able to jump in, which, you know, is it under the beta stuff for the game under properties? I don't even know what that looks like. I mean, it's supposed to be an installable application, a separate application. Maybe it's called something else. New World Public Test Realm is what it's supposed to be called. I don't know if they mislabeled it or something. Maybe it's got a funky name, because I've got it sorted by alphabetical. Yo, good afternoon, JoJo. How are you? Well, it's not good afternoon for me. It's good morning. Good morning, Lono and chat. Good morning, Silent Warrior. I don't know if anybody can... I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I can't even find it searching Steam. It's not in here then yet. I mean, they may push it back because I've not seen any official announcements from them. But it's kind of weird and kind of nondescript to say by the end of today you'll be able to install it. Well, what the frick does that mean? You know what I mean? Yo, good morning, Feed. I see you in the chat. Right-click on properties and then go to betas. Okay, properties, betas. Select the beta you would like to opt into. There's none. There are no betas. It's not going to be a beta. It's supposed to be a separate installable application. Like, it's just supposed to appear in your library. So it's not in betas. I don't think they're going to classify it as a beta. It's going to be classified as its own installable thing. Is the PTR an unstable version or just a version with newer features? It's basically going to be like a version with newer features. So, like, there is the risk and the chance that you might run into things. You might have issues. You might have problems, whatever, right? What's good, Manny? If you're new and you're tuning in and you've got questions about the New World public test realm, we are covering that today, and obviously we're going to try and get in because we'd love to get some footage of the Void Gauntlet that will be in there. The New World Void Gauntlet has been rumored up to now. We were going to be talking about the combat changes. We will kick that to tomorrow because there's really good things, good commentary from the devs about things that we have all been talking about with combat fluidity. But then they pushed out this update, and I was like, well, we got to cover that. That's obviously bigger news than the combat stuff. So when the Division did this, it automatically appeared in my library. Well, and that's what this said. They said that it'll say, hey, it'll be just installable for literally anybody who owns New World. It'll just be there in your library. So PTR, I can finally hit 60. Yeah, they said certain things won't be available until you're 60, and I'm like, well, you're going to go over there and have a brand new character, so I don't what they're expecting people to do. According to the AGS Discord, the repo was just pushed and configured, so perhaps soon. Okay. Well, we'll keep checking throughout the day, and we obviously can't try to get it until 3 p.m. Eastern. I don't even know what we're going to do, because we'll be playing... I've closed and relaunched Steam a handful of times. We'll be playing New World this afternoon, but 3 p.m. is pretty late in the day, so we may have to just like scramble to, put together a stream and just stream for a little bit if we do get in. Yeah, still not there. Just restarted Steam and it's still not there. Should be there by 2 at the latest. Yeah, the big problem is going to be is that I wanted it to be available during the talk show so that it could be installed. If it's available while I'm playing, then I'm not going to... we'll have to shut down and install it and during our gameplay session. Not shut down the stream. We'll have to shut back out of the game. I was planning on, diving back into New World gameplay today. Got to read deeper. It says something about being able to adjust the character level in the test things. Oh, does it say that? I didn't say that in the video. Where does it say that? On these all newly created characters on these worlds will have the opportunity to instantly level to select level ranges outfitted with appropriate gear and items. So you will be able to jump to 60 and try out the legendary missions, try out stuff that the Void Gauntlet, because it says here, upon reaching level 60 and maximum skill level with the Void Gauntlet, you'll be able to seek out Antiquarian Abington and Reekwater to start an epic endeavor. So you'll be able to do that. I was going to say, I don't know why they even included that. I skimmed right past that and didn't see that they said, oh yeah, you'll be able to just set your character to 60. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be good for people that, have been either interested in late game stuff, late game builds, great way to try out all the different weapons to see if maybe you don't like your current trajectory where you want to end up, because, you got to invest a lot of time, honestly, before you really even know if you have, a weapon that you like. You see that? That's going to drive me crazy. Do you see that little peek out? You see? Look, on the shield. It has to be on just right, or the little LEDs peek out, and it drives me freaking crazy. So if you're just tuning in, the New World Public Test Realm officially announced last night by Amazon Games. It's a pretty big New World update that's going to allow people to go in and test things. I keep seeing the Lost Ark closed technical beta, and I keep thinking that that's it. They have to start merging servers or give us free transfer tokens. Yeah, I mean, that's another major problem right now. There does seem to be a lot of servers that are... There does seem to be a lot of servers that are really, really dipping down into low numbers. You know, New World population is still healthy, but that doesn't mean your server's healthy. Do you know what I'm saying? I think people are looking at the numbers and coming to conclusions that aren't necessarily accurate. This far out, you anticipate dropping down to where we are now. You know, last week we were hitting 350 to 400,000 player peaks, and now it's down to 244. The only thing that would be concerning is if those 24-hour peaks dip below, I would think like 150,000, because then that means you're really, really shrinking. I would think you would want to consistently have concurrent players between 75 and 100,000, and player peaks of 150 would be like the minimum. Once you start to dip below that, that would be pretty concerning. Okay, so a community manager on the New World forums says the team is still working on opening up the downloads for the PTR. The current ETA is as soon as we can, probably at some point this morning, Pacific time zone. We will post an update when we get more info. Okay, so there you go. Purchased 3,000 of an item 2 days ago, and its price has gone up 700,000 from what it was. That's what we call stonks. There you go. How was your birthday dinner? I remember you said it was lemon something. It was honey lime chicken enchiladas. My wife made the chicken the night before, and it was amazing. And I love those Biscoff cookies, and she figured out how to make these pumpkin cupcakes with icing from that Biscoff spread. It was so good. The current ETA as soon as we can. Yeah. I wonder if playing the PTR and boosting myself to 60, even though I'm not even level 20 in the real game, will sully my enjoyment. I would be careful with it, Cheesy Donut. I mean, I really would. Yo, what's good, Hilly? I would be very careful with it. Because you know, that's like when people were playing Borderlands and using hacked weapons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a New World exploit that people were using to level, and sometimes you got to wonder if that kind of stuff, even just an exploit, sours the enjoyment. Now a PTR is a little bit different, a public testing realm, no calorie limit on your birthday. And you guys had there was 13 coffee orders. I mean, it was crazy. Yesterday was so amazing. I have to get back to New World, but man, Lost Ark was great. Yeah, I was sad to put it down. The interest in a beta typically, it typically wanes pretty quickly, and we saw that. So we will obviously circle back to Lost Ark when it officially launches. But for now, we're going to put down the Lost Ark gameplay, jump back into New World gameplay, and hopefully get into the New World public test realm today to try out that Void Gauntlet, as well as some of the other things. Just let's go check out the new enemies, enemy variety. Let's just walk through some of the areas that apparently are going to be getting an update to their enemy variety in some of the areas. I mean, there's an alligator pirate apparently coming to the game. So, I'm looking at my Steam page here, and there's the New World announcement about the public test realm, and then there's a bunch of other announcements here, like Deep Rock Galactic sold 3 million units. That's pretty good for them. Great shirt. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How do you like your goose? Oh, yes. We need to show. So now... Oh, Jerry's been out of the frame for a while. We got to get Jerry kind of back in the frame. Jerry now has a friend. Maybe we'll just put him down there. There we go. Jerry now has a friend. Sorcerer had the gall to send me a goose. Can you hear it? Anyway, yeah, so now we have a resident goose here. I don't even know what to name him. I don't even know what to name him. That's a duck? No, it's not. It's a goose. Have you ever seen a duck? Look at the white. That white spot is the classic goose. The black neck, the black face, black beak, and then you have the white spot. It's a goose. You apparently have never seen a goose before. That's a duck. We see these all the time at the gas at the gas station, at the golf course. There's a golf course that nearby that we've seen these flying around, walking around. That's not a duck. Call him Puncho. That's 100% a mallard and not a goose. No, look at the pattern on his head. That's the goose coloring pattern. You like. Have you guys never been outside? I mean, we can't. Creatures from Florida, they don't even. Geese don't even come down there, dude. They don't even come down there. Here, let's get him in frame. Let's try to get him in frame. Come on. We got to set him on coffee bags. It's kind of hard. It's kind of tough. We might be able to. No. Yeah, just like a goose. Just like a freaking goose to not do what he was supposed to. There. Now Jerry and the goose can be together. We have store-bought geese, solid white, and lame. No, yeah, a mallard is green, and then the female ducks are like brown, like they're like almost brown and like gray looking almost. That's a Canadian goose. And he can sit there with Jerry now down in the corner. I can't show you the coffee if they're going to sit there, though. So you guys got to order the coffee without me showing it to you, all right? We gotta get those coffee orders in, so let me know if you order any. Maybe get a shelf to put next to the disc plate on your right. Yeah, Creature wants me to put shelves back there, and I don't want to. I don't want a bunch of junk back there. I don't like it, because then it's there. Like, we're thinking about, there might be something we can roll in the room temporarily to set stuff on. But it's just hard. There's not a lot of room here. I've got wires for the light. Well, I've got like cords for the lights. I've got like a rug. And then we move the camera for other angles and other videos. And then the shelf would just be in the way. I have like, he's been trying to get me to put a shelf back there for ages. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. It's there's not enough room in here. It'll annoy the frick out of me. Like, I don't want a shelf in the room. You just call Jerry junk? Well, and that's the thing. I don't want a bunch of stuffed animals. Like, don't start sending me stuffed animals. That's not what I want. I will literally start throwing them away. I don't want a bunch of stuffed animals because I know you guys will think it'll be funny, but, like, it won't be funny because I'll get annoyed. I'm like, stop. Like, buy coffee or become a member or tip. Don't, Sorcerer is funny. Sorcerer's done Jerry and the goose, but I don't want to put a shelf back there and make people think like, oh, this guy collects stuffed animals, and then I get like a freaking P.O. box full of stuffed animals. I do not want that. I will be genuinely mad if you guys do that. That'll be such a waste of money. Like, trying to grow the membership and sell coffee, and I'm going to end up with like 18 different stupid stuffed animals. Ceramic animals it is. When we were growing up, my mom had all these ceramic cows. She had all these ceramic cows in the in like the dining room, and like she had to tell everybody she was no longer doing that. She had, because that's when you have a thing. We have relatives, like their thing is clocks, and so everybody gets them a clock every birthday, every holiday or whatever. So here, let's do this. New world public, is it public test realm? It's test realm, not testing realm. Public test realm. A good sign or bad? Is this a good sign? A good sign or a bad sign? What do you think? Right? I'm going to poll the chat. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the New World public test realm that was announced last night. We will try to get in because the New World Void Gauntlet is going to be front and center stage, I'm sure, for a lot of people. We are generally, we've been enjoying the weapons in the game, but I promise no more from me. You know, you're fine, Sorcerer. You're fine. Creature's just been beating me up about the shelf thing. I'm like, no, I don't want a shelf back there. Like, it's my studio, and I don't want a shelf back there. So stop asking. So but the weapons, system in New World, I've been satisfied, but also thinking like there's definitely going to be a new weapon suite that they're going to want to add. Now, I don't know if they're going to add it one at a time. What's a Void Gauntlet? So in their notes here, it says the Void Gauntlet has manifested, and you manipulate the powers of the Void to support your allies and debilitate your enemies with this magical DPS/support hybrid. It's the first weapon to scale on both intelligence and focus, making it a great pairing with the life staff and other magic weapons. So it is the first weapon to scale with both intelligence and focus, so that's actually really, really nice. Elden Ring press embargo apparently drops today. Could be as early as 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh, so I could have... Whatever. The Annihilation Tree focuses on maximizing damage at close range and revolves around Void Blade, a summoned blade of corrosive void energy. Excuse me. The Decay Tree offers ranged healing and debuffs and revolves around Orb of Decay, a dual-phase projectile that can debuff enemies and heal allies. With its arsenal of buffs and debuffs, the Void Gauntlet is perfect for group combat and can significantly bolster your allies at the expense of your enemies. So I would imagine what you would, if you were running it with Life Staff, you would go Annihilation Tree to get like damage at close range, and it revolves around the Void Blade. I don't know if you'd want to go with the healing and debuffs if you're already doing that, right? There's a temp folder created this morning from AGS, nothing in it yet. Oh, okay. I mean, they posted on the forums a little bit ago that the New World public test realm would be landing... would basically be landing sometime this morning. Like, it'll be installable. Who is this? Oh, okay, sorry. There we go. I was like trying to get out of the webpage that had the blog post about it. So, if you're new, take the poll in chat. Is the New World public test realm a good sign or a bad sign? If you want to talk in chat, make sure and hit subscribe. We love meeting new people who play New World. We do New World gameplay in the afternoons, along with other games and gameplay and game coverage. So, Void Gauntlet sounds dope. It sounds really, really nice. Like, it sounds like I'll probably like it better with my Life Staff than my Spear. And it'll pair really, really well, because if it secondarily scales off of focus, I mean, that'll be a strong build. To have the Life Staff and the Void Gauntlet. Yo, good morning, Mo. How are you? Oh man, we've been working our way through Lost, and we're nearing the end, and I'm nearing the end of Breaking Bad too. And so like I stayed up too late last night, and then I had to get up early this morning. Sounds like it'll be nerfed right away. I hope not. I mean, the way that I play New World, excuse me. The way that I play New World, I like the fact that you can totally just do nothing if you want and still feel like you're playing. Do you know what I mean? Like, some days I was like, I just don't feel like going and questing or leveling, you know? Like, New World leveling, it's not the greatest. It's not where I would want to see it, land. But at the same time, I like that I can just take a break from leveling and, just go do something else. Chop trees down, town board, fish. Like the one day that was all I was doing was fishing. Scales off focus and intelligence. Yeah. So if you're already spec'd really high in focus with a life staff, it'll be a great weapon to pick up because it'll automatically be benefiting from that, right? Are you getting into Bright Memory Infinite tomorrow? I don't necessarily know. We definitely want to dive back into New World gameplay, mainly because we're not 60 yet, and when they start launching new stuff like this, so the Void Gauntlet and the Legendary Quests and stuff, you need to be 60, and you need to have done a lot of stuff, so I kind of got work to do. And the dilemma that I'm facing right now is we're kind of niching down. I didn't really want to niche down, but we kind of are anyway. And I don't know if we can just be scooping up games like that for a couple hours just to, you know, because I'm not finishing any of these games. I didn't finish Guardians of the Galaxy, and understandably, like there was no way I was going to be able to do that. So you're not 60 yet. I'm catching up. No, I'm 56 or 57. Yeah, the last time we dove into New World gameplay, we did the shipyard, the Dynasty shipyard. It's like one of the dungeons. It was really enjoyable. I really liked it. I really want to play games like that, Mo. I really do. I want to play games like that. But, man, it's just so hard to know what the right call is because there's so many games that are coming out. There's so many. And then we play them for an hour, and then we never go back. And I just don't know if that's what I don't know. I think it's nice to showcase games here. I think some of those gameplay streams have done exceptionally well because people are just looking for the gameplay super quick, and we meet a bunch of new people, and that's the potential of like growth. But like we just have to be careful that we're not wasting daylight, as it were. Like I only have so many hours in a day, and you know, a lot of the times when people watch that kind of content, they don't necessarily come back because that's not what they're looking for. They're literally just cruising for the gameplay, which is totally understandable. So we'll just continue to think and kind of strategize about how we want to do that. You know, we didn't play the Call of Duty Vanguard campaign for that reason. Like I wanted to play it, at least showcase it for a couple of hours, but we just had too much going on, you know. Void sounds pretty good. A lot of armor and focus. Yeah. The New World Void Gauntlet is what they're calling it, the Void Gauntlet. It looks cool. It sounds super clean. Like, going to be able to, you know, really... I think healers everywhere are probably rejoicing that they're going to have something that will really complement their build since you put so much into focus. Right now, when you do that, you don't have anything that complements your build that well. Like, you can definitely take a weapon and put something into it so that it specs, you know, its nature damage off of focus, and that's helpful. But this is going to be, I think, a nice addition to the game, especially for healers, because it's nice to be able to like take a break from healing for a couple of seconds and just put out some damage. You know what I mean? You didn't miss much. The Vanguard campaign sucked. I thought the footage looked really good. This is why we need a clone of Lono, but I feel if we had a clone, he'd pile all the work on it. Yeah, probably. Like, all right, dude, get that Souls channel up and running. All right, dude, get that channel up and running. You know, healers are gonna stop doing heals and start DPSing all day. Right. They're like, hey man, we need healed, bro. Oh, frick! I dropped my phone right on the mouse. I just increased the DPI of the mouse. There we go. Like, come on, bro. We need healing, man. A clono? Oh, golly. You're so funny. You're so funny. Guys, if you're new and haven't hit subscribe yet, feel free to hit subscribe. It's how you talk in the chat. We're talking the New World Public Test Realm, the news from yesterday. And there's a variety of ways to support the channel. Subscribing is totally free, and it enables you to talk in my chat. And what's in that cup? Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's a big pass on the two they sent. It's a big pass. Sorry. And I am not plugged into the right internet provider. That's why we're having some bitrate fluctuations. You want to show me something? Where is it? Okay. Let me see. Okay, hang on. My daughter wants to show me something. I think she's received a present. Present? Let me see. goose, a little toy goose. Like them.
There's all the animals in the world.
Punch it and kick it. She gets it. Punch it and kick it. No, he'll fall down. He just goes. He quacks. He doesn't even sound like a goose. That doesn't. He sounds like a duck.
He's a duck.
It's not a duck. It's a goose. You're a duck. All right. He said, "What's in the cup?" And I knew why he was asking. Yeah.
It was boo-boo.
We didn't like it. No, for Colombian coffee, it was surprisingly weak. Like the medium was super weak. I didn't get it. I was like, this is weak. And then the dark was just not good. It was like, So back to the drawing board, creature, on the select. I don't know. You say they sent us different versions of the Rageless Roast last time. I'm here to tell you they didn't, because the last stuff they sent didn't taste anything like our brand. What's a goose do if it doesn't quack? They don't quack, they honk. A goose like honks. They don't quack. I guess it kind of is honking when it's not. I don't know. What's good, Matasbo? You're on the Nightingale mission? Okay, we can put the lid back. No, hang on. If I put the lid like that, there we go. Ask them for an Ethiopian light roast. Colombian's boring. Ethiopian's totally unique experience. If it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. I mean, it does kind of honk. It just doesn't really sound like a goose. It's not very good. It's not a very good honk, okay? I'm here to tell you. It's not a very good honk. So, Sorcerer's like, I bought a bad goose. See my last message above for why you need to take sure to log out and in, especially when you take a few days break to cover other games. Log back out in. I took a week break from New World while I logged off in the inn, and I got on last night and had an entire level and a half of rested XP. It stacks. Oh wow! So we're gonna have like a ton. So I'll go do like one mission and I'll just like skyrocket in my level. Are you serious? That's going to be great. I'm loving the coffee. Great buy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We had a lot of coffee sales yesterday, so we appreciate everybody that was doing that. If you're new and you're looking for the New World update, or in this case, the New World Public Test Realm update, we can answer any of your questions. It's supposed to go live today at 3 p.m. Eastern, and it is not installable in Steam yet, but it's supposed to be installable very, very soon. We will be getting into New World gameplay today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream even if I get into the test realm. It's going to be tough to get in. Eventually, it'll be installable. They're doing one server in US East, and then they're doing one, I think, Central Europe server. They'll do more later, they said. Are you sure it's a goose? I didn't get a good gander at it. Oh gosh. Use that rested XP on your daily faction mission and it will skyrocket. Yeah, we'll probably do that today. That'll be like the first thing we do when we boot up and dive into some more New World gameplay, because I don't feel a rush to get to 60 and do the other dungeons, but we definitely want to make sure and dive into the dungeons. I have found the New World expeditions to be very well done. I'm excited about their PvE future, their the rumors about raids and everything else. So I created an entire second bar above my XP for the rested XP overflow. Oh, nice. That's very, very nice. I was getting like 6k XP per quest. I was thinking it was definitely the meta. Yeah, the meta, just take a break instead of slogging it out, like take a 2 or 3 day break. I logged in after 6 days. I had 10k gold from sales. I don't know how much I had in the market. Let me boot the game up here. I didn't have that much in the market. Most of my stuff was expiring. I wasn't getting good sales. I was not getting good sales. A lot of my stuff was expiring. I was pretty bummed. Oh, you have an orb for depths? Is that the next one we have to do? Because I can't remember. We did the Dynasty Shipyard most recently. Holy smokes, the Frickmas blend, gonna have to buy the rest of the stock. I am amazed at how popular the Frickmas blend was. Like, when my wife and I tried it, we liked it, but we didn't like it the way that you guys are liking it. I swear they did something different when they made this batch. Like, whatever they sent us, I'm telling you, it's better than what they sent. I respect for tank, so hopefully we don't have to do the next one hard mode again. Yeah, if you ever want to play a dungeon in New World and have a really hard experience, like you want challenge mode, just go in without a tank. I have an orb for depths as well. No, it's the one in Restless Shore. I think level 45 one. Oh, depths is we've done depths. I mean, we can always run it again just for the XP. I like running the dungeons. I think they're fun. I do. I think they're very fun. The next dungeon would be Genesis or Lazarus. Okay. Unfortunately, companies normally don't allow streaming for test builds. Have they said anything about streaming this? Have they? Let me scroll down here. Can I provide design feedback regarding what's in the PTR? Can I remove the app? I don't want to. Can I remove the app? I don't see anything about not being able to stream it. I don't know. Are they still sending you beans for the samples? Because I told them to stop that. Whole beans? Yeah. They send me whole bean. I mean, I have a thing that I can grind them. It's not a big deal. They have not. Yeah, I don't see anything in the frequently asked questions about the PTR about whether or not you can or can't stream it. Amazon has been good about articulating NDAs in the past. I believe there's a heal and debuff tree on Void. I mean, I just read through it. If you guys want to hear, I'll give it to you again here. The Void Gauntlet has 2 trees. So the New World Void Gauntlet has 2 trees. It has the Annihilation tree and the Decay tree. So the Annihilation tree focuses on damage at close range, and it uses a Void Blade. You summon this blade, and it uses corrosive Void energy. The Decay tree, you do ranged healing and debuffs, and it uses an Orb of Decay, and it does a projectile that can debuff enemies and heal allies. So you're allowed to stream it? Okay. Yo, what's good, Derek? It's a different coffee if you are grinding the beans yourself. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not going to give us an accurate depiction of the flavor, so I guess they should be sending it to me ground. List of everything new in the public test realm. That's a... Oh, no, that's the forums to leave feedback, creature. I have the post that has everything listed. Yeah, I have a bar. I have an entire bar and a half at the bottom of my screen of well-rested XP. A bar and a half. It goes all the way across. Here, let me show you. It goes all the way across and then some. You see? I can't use my mouse. I can, but you know what I'm saying. I can't like point down there. So it's got an entire bar and then another one. You can kind of see the tip of my healing staff is touching the very edge of the second bar. The very edge of the second bar. That's great. We're in good shape. How much money do we have? 2,800. Yeah, I don't know how much is sold since I've been in here. I really don't. I have no idea. I have no idea. How do you know what is rested XP? So you always want to end your day and go to an inn, and then do they sell Brewdog? Yeah. When you come back the next day, you'll have well rested XP. You'll have like these bars above your XP that's going to give you like a buff, like a bump whenever you do turn in a mission. So every day you end, you should end in an inn. So when you're done with your New World gameplay session is over, right? When it's over, what you want to do is go stand in an inn and then leave, okay? And when you come back, the first thing you should do is 3 faction missions, and you'll get a ton of XP. That should be like your daily ritual. I'm done, go stand in an inn. Come back the next session and go do your 3 factions. You don't need to go to an inn. I thought you had to go into an inn. That's what people told me. You never paid attention to that when you log in? Sometimes there's like a pop-up. No need to be in an inn. Why did people tell me that? When I first started playing the game, people were like, yeah, you need to go stand in an inn. I thought that was kind of stupid. There's a cap on rested XP. You just have to be in a settlement. Okay. So you don't need to be in an inn. You need to be in a settlement. So you can't be like out in the middle of some field. So I can't help but play New World every day, so no big bars for me. Yeah, we'll be able to jump all the way into 57.5 probably today. Easy. Well, actually, no. We'll be able to hit 58 today, because I have enough for the rest of 56 and 57, according to this bar. You have to take off your pants and run a loop around town. That helps with your well-rested. So make sure whenever you get to the town, strip down, take all of your armor off, and run around and make sure and just type boo in the chat, in the global chat, and that'll do it. Your settlement, or whatever those things are called in Great Cleave and the other place. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're saying settlement. I was getting rested out in the world. Really? So it sounds like you literally get well rested just by not playing. Like, you're just out in the middle of the world. You have to wear the heaviest armor you have on top and nothing on the bottom. Oh, you're supposed to pull a Winnie the Pooh, huh? You're supposed to Pooh Bear it? Zoo Bear. Zoo Bear promoting some Pooh Bear. I get it. I understand now. I thought you had to dance naked. No, Hey, somebody ordered some coffee 2 minutes ago. 3 bags of Frickmas to Poop Sack. What a name. He meant it. He said, man, the Frickmas blend is so good, I need to buy it up. And he's a man of his word. He went and bought 3 bags, so buy up the Frickmas blend while you can. If you're new and you haven't hit subscribe yet, consider doing that. If you have any questions about the New World public test realm, if you have any questions about any of the things that they announced, like the New World Void Gauntlet, we will be diving into some New World gameplay later, and we appreciate you being here. We're a variety channel, but we are kind of niching down. We did some Lost Ark coverage, New World, Elden Ring. From Fridays are going to start to look a little bit different. We're going to try to kick off every From Friday with an Elden Ring topic, unless something major happens with gaming news or New World. And that way, all of Friday will be focused on From Software stuff. Around here, we call it Zubaring. Pooh Bear is a generic copy. Oh, man. Frickmas Blend is my mom's favorite of the 3. Oh, man. Well, get your family some Christmas presents, Hanukkah presents, whatever you might celebrate this holiday season. If you're visiting family for Thanksgiving, it makes a great gift. And then it's really easy for them to order, because ragelessroast.com will get them there. So it makes for a great gift, Grab yourself a light, a dark, and a Frickmas Blend, and, try out all 3. And then, let your family try it out as well. We appreciate the support very, very much of that. Thank you for all the orders yesterday as well. We had like 13 orders yesterday. So I'm not getting my family nothing. It's not a good gift unless you guys gift it to me. There you go. Yeah, Festivus. Maybe you celebrate Festivus. I should have some 80s tees coming that will be from their holiday collection. If you check out the shirt command it will take you over to, I'm going to update it to take you to the Zelda collection, but the Christmas collection, if you go back to like their homepage, is actually really, really cool. I mean, you think anything you could possibly think of is there, Christmas themed. Transformers, Star Wars, anything. Share my coffee? Never. Yeah, there you go. So make sure and smash the like button as well, guys. Let's cruise on over to 200 likes. We appreciate all the new folks coming in today. What level is he? I am level 56. I'm almost 57. I took a break from the game because we were playing Lost Ark, and we've got a pretty good well-rested bonus today. So when we jump back into New World gameplay, we're gonna be able to level very, very efficiently today. So if they have a shirt of Christmas with Carnage, I'm in. I don't know if they have that. I don't think I saw that one. I looked through almost all of the Christmas shirts. We'll be buying some coffee for Christmas gifts for the friends and family, try to get them hooked. I'm telling you, that is just such a great way, really, because it's very affordable. We ship it very, very quickly. You get your friends and family on it, man. That's going to be amazing, because if they buy it regularly and you guys are buying it regularly, I mean, that'll be amazing. We really appreciate it. Support of the coffee has been phenomenal. It really, really has. And the support of SNTR Presents has been very, very good. Yesterday's video didn't do as well, so guys, remember that the bigger channel, the channel with almost 50,000 subscribers, is going to get one today about virtue signaling versus true virtue. So remember to check that out. We're cruising to 8,000 subs on this channel, and then we really want to put that pedal to the floor and get up to, we would really, really love to see a 10,000 sub count here. We do ship to the UK. Anything outside of the US is extremely expensive. I need Rudy Tooty Holy Booty merch. You know, I don't think my wife would approve of that, Zubair, because like Rudy Tooty Stinky Booty is like something we say as a family, and I don't know if Rudy Tooty Holy Booty, I don't know if that one would... That was so funny yesterday, though. That was very well done. Silent Warrior says, I got rested XP for standing on a rock in the middle of Great Cleave. You do need to be in a settlement, or you do not need to be in a settlement or anywhere special. Okay, so we were completely misinformed. I thought for sure, I can't remember who told me this. It was one of the first times I had dove into New World gameplay. It was one of the first times. And somebody was like, oh, if you're ending your session, make sure you go stand in the inn, and then you'll get well-rested XP the next time you come back. I'm like, okay, so I did it. So I've literally done that every time. Like, every time I stop playing the game, I go stand in the inn, and I don't need to. Like some kind of a weirdo. They're like, I don't know why he does it, Hank. Yeah, he just comes in there, he stands over in the corner by the fireplace. He does it every day. It's really weird. The embargo for Elden Ring has dropped. Well, Wheezy told me that the Elden Ring test was only online, so it was like either co-op or PvP. So, I mean, I would have loved to play some co-op with somebody, but I don't know. I feel like you might get more rested XP in a settlement. I don't think so. I don't know. Distorted says, you get much less rested XP in the wild. You get the most in a settlement. Okay, so Christina and Distorted are saying the same thing. That makes sense. That makes sense, honestly. It really, really does. It was Eugene. No, it wasn't Eugene. It might have been Distorted. It might have been Distorted that was like, oh, go stand in the inn. You'll get more. I might have misunderstood him. He might have been like, no, make sure you're in a settlement, and I might have just misunderstood him and thought I needed to be in an inn. We need to go watch the VODs to figure out who the perpetrator was. It was believed to only be in the inn early on, that's why. People figured out that it's just the whole settlement. So maybe it was Distorted. Maybe you were the one. Somebody told me. I'm not mad. I mean, I don't care. Like it wasn't a major inconvenience. Usually I was ending a New World gameplay session was usually landing me in a town at the end. Why spend so much time covering New World when many people can't play? I mean, there's plenty of games I've covered over the years that people couldn't play. I had a significant portion of my audience that didn't even play the last game that I covered, so Can't really dictate what I cover based on that, man. It's not really possible. I do wish this game was on console. I think it'll eventually land on console, probably next gen only. When that happens, I think we'll be in a really good place. Distorted says, it was me. Fozzie says, I'm furious. Fozzie's like, we need to... I am furious about this. Oh, man. Does the Frickmas blend make good cold coffee in the press? Is it already ground up? It is already ground up, yes. All of our coffee goes to cold brew very, very well. Lots of people use it for cold brew. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to try and convince Madam to do this for you guys, okay? I'm going to try and convince Madam to do this for you. She used the light roast to make coffee-flavored ice cream, and, oh boy, it is very good. We're going to try and get that somewhere for you guys, maybe on the actual website, on the SNTR network. It was very, very good. I was impressed. So she had that for me last night for my birthday, and we didn't really eat any of it. I sampled it, and I was too full, so the cupcakes were amazing. Once next gen gets the majority share of the market, they'll release it. Wouldn't run well on current gen consoles. Yeah. Talking about a game I can't play, so for that I'm out. Okay, Mo. That's my jam. I'll buy it for sure. Daniel, if you honestly, if you want a cold brew, I'm not trying to upsell you. I would get all three, because most people were doing the cold brew with the light and the dark roast. And the balanced acidity, I think, for the coffee, the balanced acidity translates very well to a cold brew. I can't speak to the Frickmas, but we've gone for balanced acidity on all three, so it should work well. It should work just as well for cold brew. Those cupcakes look delicious for sure. So those Biscoff cookies, there's a Biscoff spread you can buy. She used the spread to make icing. It was so good. So good. You can look up a fraction of the rested XP. Oh, you can look it up. A fraction of the well-rested XP in the wild. Everywhere you find says log out in a settlement for the highest output, says Distorted. Okay. Oh, there's testimony right there. Brandon says, I'm drinking the Frickmas as a cold brew right now. There you go. It's a mellow coffee, whatever the roast. Yeah, none of them have that sharp bite, so... If you're new and you haven't taken our poll yet, the New World Public Test Realm, is it a good sign or a bad? Everybody's saying it's a good sign. 336 votes. Let's get those vote numbers up. We still haven't hit 200 likes. Man, the like train has been a little bit slow lately. More important than the like train is the subs. So thank you to all the new subs today. I'm seeing that sub number go up, and we greatly appreciate that. If you want to just lurk and listen, I am a safe for work broadcaster, and a lot of people throw me on like radio Monday through Friday in the morning, and you can subscribe in confidence. Elden Ring hands-on preview. Oh, nice. I'll check that out later. I like when I came in. What's good, George? The one-shot Tiny Tina thing is free on Epic. If you guys ever use the Epic store, make sure and use code Lono. That supports me. I know a lot of you probably don't use the Epic store, but if you do, if you ever make purchases there, you do not need a decent XP to be able to play this game. My PC can hardly handle old school RuneScape, but I use a service on it, and it lets me run New World at 80 to 90 frames with high settings. I still don't think that means the old gen consoles could run this. I mean, New World console gameplay would be rough, I think, on old gen. I don't know. You're saying you don't need a decent PC. I mean, you have to have a reasonably good PC, I would think. Real Topic says you chills. Should they simplify Arcana consumable ingredients instead of having a wide variety of ingredient options, simplifying them into one type each tier? In my opinion, it could make every item worth selling. Yeah, I don't know if they're ever going to do that, you chills, like comb over elements of the New World economy and say, okay, this is too populated, this is too diluted, or these items are too devalued. You have to be really, really careful with it, with an actual living, breathing economy like this, because if they go in and start tampering with it, they could cause more harm than good. I haven't even looked at the map yet. Oh man, purple, we have gotten completely knocked off. Look at this. We are in bad shape. We were doing great last time I played. We had like three territories and we were working on a fourth. And man, we got wrecked. We got wrecked right off the map. No, old gen can't run this. I'm saying for the people who still want to play, telling them there are substitutes to do so without spending big on a good PC. Oh, okay. Could you play New World on something like Stadia? I don't think so. I really don't. I think the latency would be awful. I don't know. Don't mess with my 300 coin per salmon. Yeah. Good to see Green dominating in other servers too. Green's been dominating this server since the beginning, and we had a bunch of people come over. A bunch of purple came over to help, and they did. And I don't know, maybe they're all on vacation or something. They really made a go for it. It was nice. It was great to see. It really, really was. Yo, what's good, Sven? So we'll be jumping into New World gameplay later in order to I'll start working on I'll get my stuff, you know, get this rested XP bonus, and we'll get to 58 today, probably no sweat. You can play New World on GeForce Now. Yeah, but I don't know. Stadia had a lot of problems, didn't it? I don't know. I just for all the low price of $40 a month and the cost of games, you too can stream a PC. There you go. I make crazy money selling herbs in WW right now. That tier 5 cooking station is raking it in for me. And experience latency and all that fun. It seems like we're having a lot of new folks tune in, so I just want to keep introducing the show to them. If you're new and you've never been here before, we do a Monday through Friday talk show. We've been focusing on New World. We also did a lot of Lost Ark. If you're looking for gameplay, you're interested in Lost Ark, it's on this channel as past broadcasts. Also, Elden Ring. We do something on Fridays for From Software called From Fridays, where we're playing through Dark Souls 3. We're going to finish Dark Souls 3 probably this week and then jump into Sekiro. A lot of New World gameplay. We'll be doing that later. And I am a Safe for Work broadcaster, so it is free to subscribe, and that would ensure that you don't miss the show Monday through Friday. A lot of people treat me like video game radio. They just throw me on in the background, chill for the morning, get their news about the various games out there, great discussions, and a really great community. If you're looking for people to play New World with, we have a Discord. And if you become a paid member, that does support me directly, and it gets you increased access on our Discord. But anybody can use the Discord. We'd love to see more people in there. We've got wars coming up in Morningdale and Brightwood. Okay. Oh, I didn't check the upcoming wars. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Let me give you a peek here. Upcoming wars, invasion. So we are attacking the Marauders for Morningdale. Covenant is attacking the Marauders for Monarch's Bluffs. We're also attacking in Fort Brightwood, and Covenant's attacking them at Fort Cutlass Keys. And then a couple more invasions. There we go. Okay, not bad. That's not bad. A lot of back and forth. Bit of a tug of war, but that's okay. You may have a super short stream Friday. Why is that? Oh, do you think, Ashen, do you think I should have Sekiro installed and just be ready to go? We might have to do. We could do another stream and be like, well, that's it, and then just roll over to Sekiro and get started with Sekiro. I could have Sekiro installed and ready to go and a thumbnail and everything. I mean, I beat. It took me 11 tries to beat the twin brothers, or the brothers or whatever. So since you aren't doing Nameless King, you think I'm gonna make light work of the last boss? Do you think? Is the last boss easier than the brothers? You only have a boss fight, no areas left. Oh well, for frick's sake, yeah. I mean, I've gotten pretty good, so I would imagine second to last boss only taking me 11 tries. I mean, I would say we're on a good track. We're on a good pace. It's literally right there. Oh, dang, man. So Wheezy, how is it though? How is Elden Ring? You want to let us know? The embargo dropped. GameSpot and some other places have put up some hands-on. So we'll be taking a peek at that later. Is the download available? I don't know. They said that they were looking at it, right? You don't move very far. It's right there. Right. It sounds like I don't have any more traversal to do. I'm like literally going to like round the corner and be fighting a boss. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We are getting a lot of people this morning searching for New World Void Gauntlet. Void Gauntlet New World. So that's what people are searching for the most. We are going to try to get in and try and get you gameplay of that Void Gauntlet, okay? We're going to do our best, right? The CNT isn't open yet. You'll nail the last boss easy. Okay. I can't wait to get into Sekiro, man. You guys are making me excited because I thought I was gonna have to wait a week. We might be able to do both. Syndicate for life. Yeah, I like being in purple, man. I think purple's dope. But you know, what are you gonna do? We're losing. But no, J-Ducks, they said that they were working on it and then it would be available sometime this morning. Are you not doing any DLC for Souls? I don't think so, Colin, because we want to start showcasing other games. Sekiro has been trending. People are interested in Sekiro because I think Elden Ring is just, for whatever reason, making people search for and talk about Sekiro. Now, the Nameless King and the Dark Souls 3 DLCs. Keep in mind, we are committed to From Friday, so we can always go back and revisit and do fun runs of like, hey, let's do all the DLC in Dark Souls 3. Let's see Lono finally rage out against the Nameless King. Let's do Demon Souls. We haven't done the Demon Souls remake yet. Like, right? Lono got to the Tower Knight and called it quits. Like, go back into all those games. You know? I think we're gonna be able to do a ton of stuff with Elden Ring. So if you're new and have questions about the New World Public Test Realm or the New World Void Gauntlet, I will answer your questions as best I can. I have the report right in front of me if you want to hear about the Void Gauntlet again. So you like that? Yeah, I'm very excited. Creature and I have been very, very pleased as well as excited about the content flow we're going to be able to crank out for you guys. And we got more coming. We're not even done yet. We've got more projects, ideas, and content flow for you. So we're very, very pleased with the response and the support. So, and we're glad you guys are here. We're glad you guys are enjoying the New World coverage and everything else. So, you would need to farm a bit before doing the DLCs. I about threw my controller in the painted world, and you need to be about level 100 for the Ring City. Yeah, and see, we just don't want to stream that. That's not what we're doing right now. You know, we want to move into the next game, I think is the right call. I think Sekiro leading up to Elden Ring will be perfect. I really do. I think it'll be a very, very good run up to it. Did you show them the Void Gauntlet pick? Also, 2 in the live Discord chat. Well, there's the one, yeah, on the website. I didn't show it, though, no. Do you guys want to see it? I'll show it to you. Giggity. Hang on a second. Let me pull up the, let's see. No, that's not the right one. There's a blog post. Let me just search for it. New World announcing the public test realm. Okay, so let me give you a little peek-see here. So that guy's holding it. See? He's holding it in his hand. That's what it looks like. And then in action, there it is. So this is what it'll look like. I believe what we're seeing here is the tree that's about damage. So Annihilation Tree right here, you can see, is it focuses on maximizing damage at close range and revolves around the Void Blade. So that's probably what this is, the Void Blade. And it summons it. It's got corrosive void energy. Now, if you go to the next little sentence, you can see right here, the Decay Tree offers ranged healing and debuffs and revolves around Orb of Decay, a dual-phase projectile that can debuff enemies and heal allies, right? So I'm excited for a very important reason, right? here. As a healer, this weapon will scale off of both intelligence and focus, making it a great pairing with the life staff, okay? Now, it's the first weapon to scale off of intelligence and focus, okay? That's really, really nice, because right now, if you run healing staff, you're just kind of like there's not a lot of other things you can run with it. So it's very, very nice for those of us that have just dumped everything into focus for our healing staff. We will now have something to pair with it that can do a nice chunk of damage if we feel like it. Especially, I like when I'm out in the open world running my spear, because I'm not really needing to heal that much, right? It's nice having the healing staff for, healing in between quests or in between little settlements or whatever, like the little enemy settlements. What you're saying is you're going to become a Void Gauntlet main? The New World Void Gauntlet will be in my loadout. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No doubt in my mind. Because I'm already heavily spec'd. I'm already heavily spec'd into focus, so it'll be a great, it'll complement my build very, very well. You have to gem any other weapons to work with focus, and I've done that for my spear. But all it really does is, take your nature damage and have it scale with focus, which is nice. It's nice when you have a ton of focus. But it always, focus, when I hear focus, it always makes me think of when the guy's like, focus! In Hellblade. It's like, focus! When they're trying to teach you how to use her focus ability. So, I put a weapon model picture of a couple of them in Discord with no effects in the way. Yeah. Here. I'll show you. Here, we got another one I can show you guys. All right. Here, let me go here before I pull it up, just in case we have any hiccups with Chrome. There we go. Let's do there. There you go. So, so it looks like it changes your. It honestly looks like it also changes your. That's interesting. So it's going to change that part of your outfit too. It's not just going to be something that you hold. I exclusively use life staff, so this will be a game change for me. Yeah. See, this is something I was trying to tell people when we were talking about the game ongoing and how they can maintain people's excitement and stuff. Real simple. Real simple, right? This is how you do it. You throw a new weapon in the game, and it's cool, and it changes things for peeps. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, everybody wants to get it. All of a sudden, everybody wants to change their build and go on like legendary, weapon quests. I'm confident that they have a very, very good plan in place for this sort of a trickle of content. Is it usable with the shield? I'm sure, but I don't know why you would want to do. I don't know why you would want to do that. Wouldn't that just unnecessarily raise your weight? Because if you're not running sword and board, I don't know why you would want to do that. That might be a weird build. You want daggers? I think there's already confirmed, right? A crossbow and then like double daggers or something. I thought that was already confirmed. I don't know. Hey Lono, I live in Canada in a very major city of Ontario, and whenever I try to buy your coffee, it says invalid shipping address. Creature could assist you with that if you could get into the Discord. I don't know why it would be doing that. I meant if you can hold the shield with it. Well, I'm assuming you only sword is usable with shield, says Christina. Oh, okay. I knew it. Canada isn't real. It's just a goose conspiracy. Shield only works with sword, says Distorted. It gives you no benefits when the shield is not in your hand. Okay. There you go. There's your answer. Yeah. If you guys are just tuning in, we're taking a look at the New World Void Gauntlet that will be available in the New World public test realm later today. If you happen to get in, we are obviously going to try to get in. And there's 2 ways to play Void Gauntlet. There is the Annihilation tree focused on damage with the blade at close range. And then there's the Decay tree, which is all about projectiles that both heal and debuff enemies. Right? Did I say that right? A dual phase that debuffs enemies and heals allies. Yeah, there you go. So, and it changes what your actual sort of like gauntlet or like, you know, glove looks like on the hand that holds it. Here's a couple that you could probably earn one day in the game. I'm not going to say what this one reminds me of. This one here, I mean, I'll say it. This looks like something out of the menagerie in the other game. But I like this one the most. The dragon-looking one and then the stone-looking one down here, I think, are my favorite. They're just jealous. That's right. That's right. I'm not taking crap from a goose pretending to be a person. I won't fall for your goose lies. I stand with Goose punching Lono. I will punch a goose. Elden Ring hands-on preview. Dark Souls 4 in all but name. Elden Ring is a grand RPG built for Souls fans and newcomers alike, is what Games Radar is saying. I'm telling you, Elden Ring is going to be their... It is. It's going to be their magnum opus. It's their Skyrim. We are going to look back on Elden Ring and say that it is one of the greatest games ever created. We will look back on it the way that Skyrim is looked upon. I'm telling you right now, Elden Ring is going to be very special. That's my prediction. Maybe it's that I tried to order 3 bags. Let me order 2. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it would be telling you. People have ordered in Canada many times. So... too much gooseism going on around here. I'm out. Yeah, Christina ordered some. She ordered 2 bags. If you're new and enjoying the show, man, hit that subscribe button. Introduce yourself in chat. A lot of new folks strolling in this morning. We do this talk show style Monday through Friday, and we do New World gameplay in the afternoons, as well as from software games like Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, and when Elden Ring gets here. And then we were playing Lost Ark recently, and the talk show and my gameplay streams are safe for work, so you can subscribe and watch in confidence. A lot of people treat this morning show like gaming radio, and they just throw me on in the background. So a lot of worker lurkers put me on so they can just lurk throughout the day and enjoy the show. Thank you, everybody that is here. Shame it's going to come out the same year as Halo. No chance in winning Game of the Year. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I know you. I know you're joking. Yeah. 22 Game of the Year. I believe Elden Ring's got it on lock. I think it's got it on lock. I really do. Just from what we've seen. I don't think anything else stands a chance. I don't think anything else stands a chance, bro. Somebody needs to make a video game where Canada has been taken over by a giant goose kaiju, and you have to punch them with giant robots. I need that. Yeah. Sekiro won Game of the Year. I didn't see Mo, so someone had to say it. Yeah. Abe is memeing, but Halo isn't even going to get a nomination next year. It's very likely not going to get a nomination. It doesn't. The campaign looks good, but I don't know if it's going to get Game of the Year status. I just don't know. I really don't. You got Horizon Forbidden West. You got Elden Ring. What else is coming out next year? It might get a nomination purely because the landscape's too thin. I don't know if there'll be enough coming out. Like if Ragnarok was landing and like another Spider-Man or something, like, yeah, I don't know. It would probably still be close. But I think it's going to get a nomination purely because there's nothing else coming out. God of War Ragnarok is not going to come out and compete with Horizon Forbidden West. They're not going to do that. Ragnarok will land outside of that window to give Forbidden West a chance. Forspoken? Yeah, Forspoken, if it comes out next year, you know. Not next year. Next year's jam-packed. Yeah, I don't think the only way Halo gets the nod is if a bunch of the stuff next year gets delayed and it doesn't launch, right? Overwatch 2 got delayed. Overwatch 2 is probably not even going to release. Just put that on your calendar. Like unlikely, unlikely to release. Like in like high school, they're like most likely to succeed. Like if we're looking through the yearbook right now, Overwatch 2 is most likely to not launch. Like I feel really bad for anybody who worked on that game or anybody who was looking forward to that game releasing, because it is it's in bad shape. It ain't looking good. It is not looking good for that game. I genuinely do. I don't want to be glib. I feel really, really bad for all the people that worked on that project. Really. And anybody that was planting their flag in that game and going to play it and compete, like, it freaking sucks. Because it has nothing to do with those people, and they're all suffering because of, idiots. Hey, 2 coffee orders coming in. Man, you guys are just amazing. Hey, somebody went for the traffic light, the yellow, the green, and the red. Thank you, Daniel, for ordering the traffic light. That's all 3. And then we got 2 bags of Frickmas to Deadly Dad Gaming in Canada. So did you sort it out? Was that who was asking about it? What happened to Overwatch 2? Dude, Overwatch 2 lost leadership. It's been delayed like twice. Blizzard Activision is getting just sliced to ribbons. I don't know. They've had so much misconduct and so many people leaving. I'm worried about Diablo 4. You know what I mean? Master Ty, exactly. Diablo 4 is right there with Overwatch 2. I'm worried about Diablo 4. Trouble with the publisher? Oh, it's not just the publisher. It's a publisher dev hybrid. Like Blizzard Activision is like a mutant. They're in real bad shape. They've had people leave as recently as like 72 hours ago. Like significant people leaving. Can't order 3 at a time, only 2. Well, we need to have that properly tell you that. We don't want people not ordering because it needs to properly tell you that. We'll have Creature take a peek in the back end to fix that. See what I told you why I'm not hyped for Overwatch 2 or Diablo 4? What? Okay, Wheeze. I never doubted that they were in trouble, but now it's not like they're in trouble. It's like they might not launch. Now, the only reason Diablo 4 has a higher likelihood of launching is I think more work's been done on it. But the thing that's threatening Diablo 4 is how many times did they reboot it? You doubted me? Homie. I did not. Overwatch 2, I don't think I ever fought you on that one. I was like, yeah, that one's looking rough because we don't even know that much about it. They changed the fundamentals of the game, Hey, if you guys are tuning in for the New World Void Gauntlet, I got a picture right here for you. If you got questions or you want information about it, the New World public test realm that they announced is going live later today, and you will be able to use the Void Gauntlet if you get in. There'll be 1 Eastern server and 1 Central European server, and we're waiting for that to get pushed out. THQ Nordic, your statements don't have to be true, just believable. And this is the president. You control the narrative. They're launching, a presidential simulator? Oh, I can't wait. That won't be controversial at all. I'm telling you, Halo doesn't get a nomination. Breath of the Wild is next year? Oh my gosh. Are you serious? If Breath of the Wild 2 launches, and Forspoken, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, you guys threw another one out there. I forget what it was. There's no way. There's no way that Halo gets a nom. It doesn't stand a friggin' chance. From everything we've seen, no. It'll only get a nod because of its notoriety and its history. 2020 is too stacked for... Well, Forza would land in this year, Derek, so Forza is going to get a ton of nominations. A ton of nominations. It is just getting absolute up one side, down the other praise, right? Breath of the Wild 2, Horizon Forbidden West. No. Guys. Stop. God of War Ragnarok is not launching next year, and if it does, it's not going to launch in a window that threatens Horizon Forbidden West. There's no way. Ragnarok isn't coming out until 2023. Just write that down. It's not coming out next year. No. No way. Absolutely not. They had to halt production because the voice actor had an injury. I don't think so. No way. And I don't think they'd want to do that anyway. They want Horizon Forbidden West to have the stage. It'll launch in November. It'll launch after November 15th, therefore not in contention. They'll bump it to the next year. I promise you they'll do that. I will bet Wheezy a $5 bill, right? A $5 bill, an actual $5 bill that I'll have to send to him if I'm wrong, that God of War Ragnarok does not launch within the same window of time of Forbidden West. They'll push it outside the window so that each year they're up there on the nomination list. Now, Forspoken is probably going to be a threat to Forbidden West if it launches next year, because Forspoken looks to be just absolutely bonkers insane, and it's got that new IP edge, right? Cutoff is beginning of December? No, the cutoff is November the 15th. From everything we've read, it's November the 15th, not December. That's why everybody was hypothesizing and theorizing that Halo Infinite was going to launch on November the 15th. They wanted it to land in this year because this year is so thin. It would have been a dunker. Like, what's competing with it? I mean, Returnal and Ratchet, sure, but it at least would have gotten a nom. Nothing's beating Returnal and Ratchet this year for Game of the Year. Nothing. Nothing. No. God of War will go head-to-head with Starfield. I could see that. They'll bump them to December, and then they'll be our leads for 2023, Game of the Year. I wasn't done ordering. Check your emails. Wait, you put in a couple of orders? What are you doing, Deadly Dad? Another order? What you doing, boy? 2 Dark Roast. My man. My man. You guys are nuts, man. I'm telling you. It feels real good, dude. I'm telling you, we've turned the corner, man. We have turned that stinking corner. We've done it. Like, this has been excellent. It really has, man. It was we're not quite out of the woods yet, but I can see the light. I can see the light through the trees, man. We're out of that dense fog, man. We're out of the dense fog. This is working. You guys are amazing. The support's just been super, super great. I'm just here for the coffee. I know, Zubair. I know. You say that all of the time. Thank you. We need Lono Love and Lono Heart on this channel. Lono Love is the Lono Heart. Creature took our slots for the coffee, so if you guys want another emote slot, we got to get those member numbers up. Wheezy says, this is just me guessing. If they give us a launch window, spring for fall, then I'll say November. But if by the end of the summer, nothing, then for sure it'll be 2023. I think because of the production problems and stuff, Wheeze, and because of Game of the Year, I think they do similar window to Forbidden West. That feels like a good rhythm, right? They'll let Forbidden West ride, and who knows, Forbidden West could even have DLC planned. Just let it ride that year, and then that rhythm comes around. Bing! Here you go. February. Boom, boom. Here comes God of War Ragnarok, I know the holidays are good, so they may try and push December. I know December is really, really good for game sales. So, the coffee sales will go down in the warm months. Actually, the coffee sales were really good over the summer, so I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know why you're saying that. What you What is this the Debbie Downer skit on SNL? Well, the coffee sales will probably go down in the warm months. Without looking it up, I'd have to say the precedent for driving sim winning Game of the Year, outside of a pretty slim year, it's pretty low. I'd have to say the precedent for a driving sim winning... Yeah, a driving sim winning Game of the Year is... Yeah, that's pretty unlikely. Yeah. Coffee drinkers drink coffee no matter the temperature. Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm not like, it's a summertime, stop and drop, no coffee needed. Like, who does that? Coffee drinkers aren't like, well, it's time to take a 3-month sabbatical from coffee. There would be violence in the streets. Don't you know it's the summer? I can't drink my coffee. Like, fist fights breaking out. I don't know what happened, boss. Yeah, we ordered all this coffee and nobody's buying it. Must be because it's hot outside. Oh, man. I really want to order 3 bags, but being in the UK, it only lets me do 2. I think we can change that. We'll have to talk to Creature. You can order 3 bags. It'll fit in the first class bag that we use. We can let you guys order 3. I don't know why that's. I think that limit was there because when we originally set it up, we didn't think more than 2 bags would fit. And what we have to use, I don't remember why, but I think that's what it was. So I personally don't think Game of the Year matters anymore. Critics in general often rate things on blatant political messaging more than actual game quality. Oh, we got one, Eugene. We got one. We got him on the line. Let me reel him in for you. Okay. Let me guess. You think because hang on, let's take it serious. Let's be serious, chat. This is a serious subject. So, because The Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year, you think that all the critics care about now is political messaging. So what game is getting lots of praise and acknowledgement for its political messaging? Which game? I'm curious. Which game? Now here's the thing. I do think The Last of Us 2, I think it deserved praise and awards. But I think it got Game of the Year because it was a bit of a virtue signal. I'm gonna say it. I think Tsushima crushes that game. I don't think that sequel did enough from 1 to 2 to deserve Game of the Year when weighed against a brand new IP with the beauty and the just utter brilliant craftsmanship that is Ghost of Tsushima. Now, that's my opinion. I can't really prove that. But I don't think that means that it only won because of the political messaging. I don't think so. I don't. I think there was a cultural Zetgeist shift, and that was a way to sort of be, Last of Us 2. That doesn't take away from how good the game is. That doesn't take away from the fact that The Last of Us 2 deserves awards. But I think Game of the Year, when you're a brand new IP, you need to get a lot of praise when you create something as good as Tsushima. This is why I think Returnal deserves to beat Ratchet and Clank, right? His argument has no basis. He didn't even know about The Last of Us 2. What did he say? I personally don't think Game of the Year... Oh, wait. Has he said anything? I didn't know Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year, but you made my point for me. No, I didn't make your point for you. I said, other than Last of Us 2, what other games do you think that has happened? And you haven't said anything. You know what I mean? Mario Brothers 2, Random Koopa's cousin smashes Mario's face, plays Random Koopa's cousin for the rest of the game. There are a lot of politically charged games that get praised for simply having the approved message. Overwatch got Game of the Year, with critics citing its progressiveness as a big part. Do you think that's the only reason it got Game of the Year? It was a Blizzard game. It was insanely popular. It was very well made. And it was, in some respects, the first of its... not the first of its kind, but it basically took Team Fortress and said... Here's a modern day version with a ton of great love and care and character and charm. I don't know. I don't think so. I would never think that Overwatch got any awards because it was progressive. Like, what? I think that's what pushed it over to Game of the Year. See, now we might be having some agreement, EJ. I think The Last of Us 2 got nudged over the edge because of the cultural message. I do. That doesn't mean that I don't agree with a game having what Last of Us 2 had in it. I'm not in disagreement, how dare they do that? Girls kissing, oh my goodness, think of the children. I'm not doing that. But I definitely think that pushed it over the edge. You might be right. Maybe Overwatch got a little nudge. Well, it's progressive. Dink! It wins. Imagine actually wanting the opposite. I want games with regressive, old-fashioned thinking to win. I don't think that could work. We got a brilliant idea for a new game, boss. Okay, you know how sim games are really popular? Yeah, and you know how period pieces are really popular? Yes, I do. What if we go back when the country was fresh and new, and you're running a farm? What's the produce of the farm? Cotton. Get the frick out! Like, you can't do that. Like, of course games are going to be progressive and games are going to be newer. You can't go back. Nobody would play it. It would be absolutely canceled within the hour. It'd be canceled within the hour. Well, you can't do it. That would be awful. Canceled, kicked out of Steam permanently. To counter your point, a lot of Last of Us fans didn't even like Last of Us 2. Right, and see, this is where we get lost. There are legitimate criticisms about The Last of Us 2 from fans of the game that didn't like story elements and decisions, right? There are. I've talked to many people that are like, I love The Last of Us, and I like The Last of Us 2, but I really didn't like some of these things they did with the story. And they get swept up and grouped in with haters and, you know, guys that are like, I can't believe that, you know, she likes a girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, representation is bad. Like, ooh, what are you going to do? Like, you going to walk in a Kroger and see that and be like, can't shop here? Like, you know, that's stupid. These people exist. They can be in games. Who the frick cares? But don't sweep up people who actually have legitimate criticisms of the story decisions to be like, that was kind of lame. Why'd they do that to that character, right? I hated half the game, but the other half was great. Yeah, there's plenty of people that will speak up and pipe up and be like, and think about the way the culture works right now. Do you think anybody's going to want to trot out and make a video or a blog and say, The Last of Us 2, good, but bad decisions with the story or whatever? They're going to get lambasted by the same dadgum people that went after Dave Chappelle. It's the same mentality. It's like, you are a this if you don't buy in hook, line, and sinker with our worldview and our just frothing at the mouth praise for The Last of Us 2. You either love it or you're a hater. That was the problem with all of the dialogue about The Last of Us 2. Nobody could make legitimate criticisms because they got drowned out by, you're just a hater, you're blank phobic. Like, just attach phobic to any word and you can shut people up now. That was the problem with the dialogue about The Last of Us 2. Nobody could make genuine, honest criticisms because they got labeled and dismissed. So don't sit here and act like there was not a significant bias in that game winning Game of the Year. Don't shovel that crap on my doorstep, because that ain't the way the culture works. The culture is basically assimilate or die. We're acting like this game is God's gift to gaming, zero flaws. And if you mention flaws, you're lumped in with phobic people. It's stupid. Like, there are plenty of legitimate criticisms of that game's decisions with story and characters. And when you go down that road, you're just Dave Chappelle. Your criticism gets turned into something that it's not. Like, it's one of the reasons I want to play that game, to be like, listen, this is one of the reasons nobody criticized this game, because it was basically a mob mentality about it. It was, you either agree with what we're saying or you're going to get the dirty internet label that's currently in vogue, and then you'll be dismissed. And look at how people handled the 2020 video game Me Too movement. Look at what the frickin' journalists did. No investigation, no fact-checking, just run with it. Why? Because the minute anybody tried to be like, well, hang on a minute, can we get some facts? Where's the evidence? What's going on? What do? They got lambasted. It's no different. It's the way the video game, it's the way the internet culture works right now. Whoever has the biggest stick gets to hold the megaphone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never going to sit here and side with the people that are like, this is too political. Get this out of video games. Like, why even consider listening to somebody like that? Why? I'm not legitimizing what that person is saying. But if you're going to look at a game like that and act like they made zero mistakes, zero, flaws in the storytelling, come on. I can find problems with storytelling in virtually every single game I've ever played. There are elements of storytelling in Hellblade that I think could have been done better. There's certain missions and areas that I don't like. That is like my favorite game of all time. So don't sit here and shovel this like, well, if people don't think The Last of Us deserved Game of the Year, or they don't like the story, they're blank this. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Hiding behind politics is an excuse for discrimination against people you disagree with. Right, like, I'm not buying into that mentality at all. Don't you see the biggest problem with The Last of Us 2 and the Game of the Year and that whole discussion? We let a bunch of morons hijack the discussion. So no one could like make legitimate criticisms of the game. It was like, well, no, we all either tell you it's 9 out of 10 amazing, or we're going to get lumped in with these idiots over here. Game was okay, did not deserve the hype or awards it received, and I'm a huge Naughty Dog and Uncharted fan. Are we going to sit here and act like the timing of games landing doesn't affect their praise? Do you guys remember Deathloop? Why was Deathloop getting 9s and 10s? Because it landed in a dadgum desert, and it was tepid water that tasted like spring water to people. It didn't deserve 9s and 10s. Give me a freaking break. Do you know how many games have come out that don't get 9s and 10s that are better than Deathloop? I didn't like parts of the story is a little usefulness in evaluating a game or movie's quality. Not in a game like The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 is narrative-driven art. And if the narrative is shaky or sloppy, that's a significant blow to the game's quality. What are you talking about? If I was playing The Last of Us 1, and all of a sudden Joel was like, I gotta tell you, Ellie, I really want to be a clown. And he suddenly put a clown costume on and started juggling, I'd be like, well, this is thematically dissonant. What the frick is going on? You know, and they just did it for comic relief. I'd be like, that was dumb. Why'd you do that? What? That doesn't belong in the game. It would mess with the game's quality. It would diminish the game's quality. Because it's narratively driven. It's narrative and character driven. I didn't finish the game. It was too dark. I'll go back when I can deal with the misery. Oh, well, that's preference, not a criticism. Right. Last of Us 2 got me really down for a few days after watching a walkthrough of it. Yeah, with Jaggy saying the same thing. I had no problems with the story at all. But you're not the be-all, end-all of the story, Eugene. We've had at least 3 people in chat that are like, I liked the game, I liked the first one, I didn't like what they did with some of the story stuff. Come on. I mean, people who like to cry because the narrative wasn't how they would have written it. What? And see, but this always happens. People did the same thing with Lost, one of my favorite shows of all time, and I'll agree with them. The way that the last season goes is poorly paced, and some of the episodes are just poorly written. Nothing really happens. It's stupid. It's like this big crescendo. You finally get to your final season, and you're just piddling away time with meaningless side stories. And like what they did with Claire in that show will always make me mad. Well, that's how you would have written it. No, that's not how I would have written it. Her character arc up to that point seems super important and super tied to her kid. Then they make her crazy. What? And she's like out of the show for like half of a season. It was stupid. Of course people are going to say, I wouldn't have done that. Why? Because character arcs set up expectations. Can we talk about The Last Jedi? Can we talk about that? Character arcs and narrative decisions set expectations. And when those expectations are not met, you are perfectly right to criticize and say, that doesn't seem to make any sense for the character. Doesn't seem like what they would have done. I think there's confusion here between what people wanted to happen versus what did. It doesn't make that what did happen bad. But again, it's subjective. You think it was totally fine, somebody else doesn't, and it's like, if it feels like the middle Star Wars movie, while I had an issue with how the teasers appear to mislead players about what the game would be about versus what it was, there was a scene with old Joel that never landed in the game. Yeah, the last seasons of Game of Thrones. Are you going to defend that pile of garbage? Well, it's not what you wanted to happen, but it's what these idiot writers wanted to have happen. Who's going to defend the last season of Game of Thrones with the line of reasoning you're using right now? Well, it's not what you wanted to have happen, but it's what the writers want to have happen. What are you talking about? Character arcs and narrative arcs set up viewer and reader expectations. And when you create dissonance or sharp turns or weird shifts, people are going to be like, what are you doing? Why did this happen? People like to cry because they don't like the story is an attempt to dismiss criticism as irrelevant, just like calling people phobic was a way of doing it. Narrative games should be criticized and can be criticized. Exactly. I defend the story, not the execution for Game of Thrones. The Last Jedi and Game of Thrones are great examples. That's what I'm saying. The Last of Us 2 is a beautiful looking game with a solid gameplay, Luke, but the narrative dropped the ball hard. I can accept that Joel's past kept up with him, but there was no moral questioning on Abby's, says Coyote. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. The perfect comparison is Walking Dead. I think it lost its way, but it's still popular. Maybe. It's hard. It's hard. Listen, if you're tuning in for information about the new World Void Gauntlet, we're going off on a tangent. This talk show is all about gaming and gaming topics. So obviously, this is getting kind of spicy, but that's what we do here. You'll notice everybody in chat's being respectful. You'll notice that I'm keeping it safe for work. I'm not like cursing and swearing. You can hit the subscribe button in confidence and be here for these talk shows. The new World Void Gauntlet and the new World Public Test Realm will be live later today. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask. Thanks for being here. Remember, if you're enjoying the content, to hit subscribe, smash the like button. We really appreciate you being here. You do have to subscribe to Talk and Chat so you can introduce yourself there. Subjective, thus not a helpful critique. Nothing wrong with not liking the story, but that isn't necessarily a valid strike. But your like of the story is subjective and therefore not helpful praise. Like, do you see how we can turn that sentence in the inverse of what you said, and therefore meaning that whether you like it or dislike it is irrelevant? So you liking what they did with the story, you being like, I'm totally okay with what they did, is also subjective and therefore not helpful, according to your own premise. So your premise is that if it's subjective, it's therefore not helpful. Well, but that's video game criticism 101. Is... To me, I played it, and I thought, and then off you go. Like, my critiques of Deathloop. They're subjective to me. I think that the combat and the gameplay is loose and sloppy and really frustrating. And other people are like, it's great, it's amazing, it feels wonderful. Two completely different reactions. Neither of them are illegitimate. That's the point that I've been trying to make. Don't delegitimize people's criticism of the story as, well, you just didn't like it. Okay, well, you just like it. So are we at an impasse? Is both of our opinions illegitimate then? Do you see? That can't be the measure of an illegitimate or legitimate criticism, whether or not you like it. That's literally what grounds and, like, propels most criticism, is subjective opinion. There's not some, game quality barometer you can, like, shove through. Okay, remember in Dead Poet Society when Professor Keating has them rip out the front section of the book? Do you remember why he has them do that? Because it's like a scientific method that they're attempting to apply to poetry. And he's like, this is not how you study and measure the quality of poetry. Rip it out. There is no scientific measure method or anything to be like, how good was The Last of Us 2 as a story? Thank you, Moosh, for a brand new membership. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You are dope and deserve dope stuff. She got saved by Joel and then slowly murders him the second she finds out who he is, and she never questions her actions. Right, like that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're totally allowed to look at that and be like, that's not why? Like, why would you, that doesn't seem to jive with the character that you built and developed in the first game. It's not even most people's criticism, though. Most people across the board for Last of Us 2 didn't like that they killed a relationship to pander with zero valid criticism of the person who killed. Right. Hate how she does something that you can't forgive and the writers try to make you love her for half the game. It's trash to me. Do you see? There are people making legitimate criticisms about pacing and not actually questioning a character's motivations, not expressing that as like an emotional form of tension. What did we just talk about yesterday on SNTR Presents? What did we talk about? We talked about how moral conflict is interesting, right? Tension is interesting. And it sounds to me like some people are taking issue with the lack of tension. It's like, yeah, she just did it. Nobody questioned it. She didn't question it. Just... Good discussion, by the way. Good discussion. This has been enjoyable. Exactly. Her killing him made little to no sense. I hated her after that. When in part 1, I really liked her character. Yeah, there you go. This is why I can't. People completely ignore parts of the story to justify their criticisms. But they're not ignoring that part of the story, Eugene. They're saying that it's not delivered in a way that the rest of the story elements are delivered. They're saying it lacks what other story elements lack. It's just like, bam, yep, she's doing it. The story felt like it was written as an emotional exposition rather than a realistic sequence of events. She lost her dad, but you think just because he saved her, it's all even. Okay. One of my favorite things that happens in Lost is near the end. Near the end, there is a scene where Benjamin Linus has killed Jacob. So, spoiler alert, if you've never watched the show. Sorry, super old show, so I don't feel bad. And there is a woman who says, he was like a father to me. She didn't have a father. She's like, he was like a father to me. She's going to kill him. She's got him at gunpoint. She's going to kill him. She's angry. She's furious. Her whole life has been dedicated to this man and this thing, and now he's dead. And she has the man in front of her that did it. And the reason this moment is so powerful is because Benjamin Linus explains why he did it. He is just broken by it. He's just shattered as a person. And she doesn't kill him. And then he says that he's going to go with Locke. And she says, why? And he says, because he's the only one who'll have me. And she's like, I'll have you. That is compelling. That is strong. That is potent. That's tension. So, like, vengeance is great, but vengeance is also cliche. Like, revenge and vengeance are cliche. Some of the summaries I've seen of the new Batman movie coming out are coming to grips with the fact that, like, is vengeance going to satisfy Batman? Is it going to? He's going to grapple with that during the movie. People make Joel out to be someone he's not, and because of that, they attach to him, and he's considered untouchable. Unfortunately, he's not a good man, and that's mentioned many times throughout the games. Right, but here's why it doesn't work. At the end of Breaking Bad, people empathize and are in Walt's corner, even though Walt has been awful the entire time. That's excellent writing, is it not? When you feel yourself on the side of the man who has become a villain, a murderous, lying, betraying villain. Walt is horrible at the end of that show, and yet you're in his corner because it's good writing. And after playing through the first game, you're in his corner. He's flawed, he's not perfect, but you like him. You're in his corner. So it stands to reason that people like, the frick? Why'd you do that? Well, I liked that guy. Of course they're not going to see the justification. Of course they're going to be like, why on they're not going to see, they're not going to empathize with that side. Why? Because you've not spent an entire game making somebody sympathize and empathize with, like, oh, the person that was on the other end of his decision. You hated Joel after the first game? I didn't. I don't understand. I don't know. I didn't end the first game but like, yeah, what a D-bag. I didn't feel that way. You're only getting parts of the story, and what you just said in Lost happens in The Last of Us 2. Well, like I said, I want to play through it and make up my own decisions, but I've seen the story synopsis, and I'm like, yeah, I understand why people criticize that. We're gonna act like the criticism's completely invalid and the game's pure and perfect. Like, I don't buy into that. First thing we see of Joel is he has a girl that is then shot and killed. He then gets to rekindle that relationship with Ellie. Then he makes the decision to not let him die in the end. I don't know. The sharp character behavior change for Nathan on Ted Lasso wasn't developed enough for me. He went from lovable, kind character to kissing someone in a relationship, cussing out Ted, and quitting. Right, character arcs that feel like they take, like, Tron bike turn, just like, yeah, boom. It's like, what? I like the character, but he's not praiseworthy. See, but I think that's the difference. I'm not necessarily saying he's praiseworthy. I'm saying people really liked him and didn't feel like that turn in the narrative was justified. That's what people are taking. Like, they like the guy. They, you know what I mean? They were in his corner. Like, if the end of Breaking Bad would have been like Walt sitting in a bar and some cop coming up behind him be like, I know who you are, and just blows him away, you'd be like, well, that wasn't a very good crescendo. Why? Well, number one, you kind of like Walt. You kind of want to see him win, even though he's awful. You want to see there to be some sort of a conclusion, closure, resolution, something. Even for the other characters, you want that. Maybe not even a cop. A random stranger finds him in the woods and bam, blows him away. And nobody knows what happens to him. That would have been horrible. You'd be like, what? That's not how you end that show. You see what I'm saying? You could be like, well, he deserved it. He was a bad guy. You know, he doesn't deserve closure or to win, and his family was in on it. Well, his wife was. She doesn't deserve closure either. You could seriously do the same thing in that show and justify just dismissal and Walt's gone, instead of giving him some sense of closure, some crescendo. How is the person killing him for revenge for killing her dad and her entire life not justified? But that's what I mean. That's not. I just don't think that's just not interesting. It just isn't interesting. It was. I'll tell you what. I made a similar criticism in Civil War, Marvel Civil War. I cannot stand the way the narrative turns. I think it's stupid. Tony watches a video of the Winter Soldier killing his parents, and that's all he needs to basically fight and want to kill Bucky, including Cap, because Cap gets in his way. I think the same thing of that story turn. I'm like, that was dumb. That was awfully abrupt and easy. So your whole life, you know, you're living out your parents, you're sad, you find out who did it, and you're like, oh, really? Boom, like, no question. That's sad. I don't know. To me, that doesn't seem like a well-written turn. It just seems like, yeah, I'd kill him. Lack of nuance. Yeah, just no nuance. Tony's just like, I'm gonna kill you. Like, what? There's no build-up. He just watches an old video and he gets angry. And that's all it takes. That's a movie that I like. Those are characters that I like. And yet, I'm making a very similar criticism. People love the father-daughter relationship in Last of Us 1. How could you destroy it and expect people to like it? That's what I'm saying. It's like the second Star Wars movie. It's like all these arcs and all this investment, and you have all these ideas of where things might go, and then you're like, yeah, no. Why was there a camera in the middle of the woods anyway? Yeah, just like that era of time, there's just a camera on a pole. That was more about Tony's mental state at that point, but I see what you're saying. It just, yeah, I don't know. It just suddenly to be like, yep, revenge, I'm angry at you. Like, I don't know. Beyond Blue coming to the Nintendo Switch. I can request a key for it. What is this? A relaxing, chill, no combat experience you can complete in 4 hours. 8 unique dives, 6 unique mini documentaries called Ocean Insights, full voice cast, soundtrack featuring the original score, plus music from Miles Davis, The Flaming Lips, and more. Meaning I can't stream it. It would have been different for me if Tony adored his dad all of his life, but he really only got to see how his dad saw him when he was gone. Well, I think it was more about his mom than his dad. I'm not going to sit here and deny killing a dude's mom. Boy, you better watch out. That guy's going to find you and he's going to peel your skin off. Like you kill a man's mom. There are serial killers in jail that still love their mama. You know what I'm saying? And similarly in this, like girls and their dads, like there's just a unique relationship there. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that my daughter looks at me and adores me, I'm telling you what, if you take me out, you better watch your back. She's going to knock on your door when she's 25 and she's going to put one between your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see it. I'm not saying that I can't see that route of like she loved her dad so much and when she finds out who did it, it's like, no, your life is forfeit. I get that. But it just... I can also see why people would be really irritated with that. He literally said, I don't care, he killed my mom. Right. But I don't think it necessarily makes for good storytelling. I don't know. I don't think it makes for the best storytelling. I think it's completely legitimate for people to be like, man, I was really dissatisfied with how that turned out. You know? I think it's fine to be like, yeah, that could have been a little bit more nuanced, you know? Like, there could have just been a couple of lines of, like, Bucky trying to justify it or talk, and he could have used an expression or a phrase that would have, you know, that would have set Tony off. They could have made it a little bit more of a build-up, you know what I mean? Gonna play Sekiro this weekend. As a non-Dark Souls player, it's gonna be hard, but it looks awesome. By the way, again, if you're tuning in for this information right here, the New World Void Gauntlet, or the New World Public Test Realm, I can answer your questions. Be sure to hit subscribe. We talk about all kinds of gaming things here. There was only so much we could say about this. Obviously, we're going to try to get in. I'm going to check Steam and see if it's installable yet. As long as you own it, you should be able to install it. And then there's only going to be 2 servers this afternoon, though. In my opinion, says Cryptic Distortion, Ghost of Tsushima should have won Game of the Year, not Last of Us 2. Both were good games, but Ghost of Tsushima won it for me. That's what sparks this debate every time it comes up, Cryptic. I have always said, no matter how good The Last of Us 2 is, it wasn't a new IP. Ghost of Tsushima as a new IP is a literal, it's almost perfect. It's like perfection. It's such a good game. And as a new IP, it deserved a huge leg up in the race. Yeah, it's not in there yet. It deserves a huge leg up for being a new IP. And The Last of Us 2 being a sequel, I don't think, from everything I've read and seen, I don't think the difference from the first to the second game is great enough to give it another one. Because the first one got it as well, did it not? Yeah, I don't know. That's my take on it. And I know people disagree, and that's totally fine. Disagreement is part of the spice of life, you know? It's part of our great debates that we really have here. You really need to play it? Homie, I already know. I know it's not going to hit me the way Ghost does. I know it's good. I think it looks dope. I think it looks amazing. I think it really is an excellent game. And I'm sure it deserved plenty of the awards it got. I don't think it just got Game of the Year. I think it got other awards. But I'm telling you, Ghost is special. Ghost is special. It's a new IP. They did such a good job. They're ambassadors of the island. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was beatable that year. I really don't. I'm telling you right now, if The Last of Us 2 would have just been like a very basic sequel, no controversy, no cultural moment. I'm going to call it a cultural moment. It had a cultural moment. If there was no cultural moment, Last of Us 2 would not have won Game of the Year. I'm telling you right now, it would not have. It pushed it over the edge. I actually found the scene to be really good. It was about his mom, not his dad. However, he spent his entire life feeling bad about how he didn't care. I totally see someone going off the rails when they find out something like that. Stark is also messed up mentally still from the invasion of New York and the whole fight with the twins. He needs therapy. There could have been remnant of what Scarlet Witch did to him. You know what I'm saying? And that could have been the trigger and the catalyst. I think that would have been cool. You know. I think that would have been cool. Like, have an actual, like something in his brain was still kind of cooking from what she did to him. And, like, that was the click. You know what I mean? Yeah, Revive Farmer, you're throwing around the word trans like you're just betraying your own ignorance. As far as I know, that wasn't even in the game. They were not that. The fact that gamers got involved to raise money to fix parts of Tsushima Island is what is really special. Well, I mean, that was certainly part of what I think made it very, very cool. Very, very cool. So we probably should not have gotten off on that tangent. A lot of people are finding this video for the new World Void Gauntlet, and we're in here ranting and raving about The Last of Us 2. So we probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Oh, there is a character, Eugene? Okay. But that's not the one people focus on. Don't they usually focus on the two and the relationship and then Joel is what most of what I always saw focused on. I never saw people really talk about the trans character. I always saw people talking about the relationship and then what they did with Joel. So Ghost won all the popular votes, right? It's just the judge that voted for Last of Us. I'm not even sure how they do that. I don't know if they ever show you what the public voted for. I don't know if they do that. Do they actually have those big fields of white flowers on the real island? If they do, I'm buying a ticket now. I need to slowly walk through one of those fields. Yeah, and then have terrible allergies for like a week after, Zubair. You're like, this is great. Character wasn't even a big issue. Yeah, I've never seen anybody even bring that up, so. Again, we are covering today primarily, we are covering the New World Void Gauntlet. If you have questions about how it works, the details are in the blog post. And we also have information about the public test realm, the New World public test realm update that hit today. And we will be diving into New World gameplay this afternoon. And that will be us just kind of leveling our character. Obviously, we're going to try and jump into the public test realm. Paul Rudd is voted sexiest man alive. I'm surprised they're still doing that. Please berate me again for my ignorance. Well, you're still an ignorant trash person. Like, that hasn't changed. Just because there was a trans character doesn't mean you're not trash. Being right doesn't make you a better person. You know that, right? You consistently kept saying it only won because of trans, and only won because of trans, which is just ignorant and stupid, which makes you ignorant and stupid. So that's how that works. That's how that works, brother. You know, the character being in the game has nothing to do with the discussion and your contribution to it. My server was 45 people today in New World. Well, the server mergers need to happen like yesterday, and they're testing it. It needs to happen. I feel bad for anybody who's on a server like that. It stinks. I mean, all your stuff's going to degrade. Everything's going to downgrade. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I think they should push out a patch that, like, if a server's population hits certain thresholds, I think that they should slow degradation down or something. It's not your fault that like your server has a decline in population. So what are you supposed to do? Just like take it on the chin? Like, well, I guess people quitting. Like, it should be in relation to how many people have been logging in. And if you hit certain login thresholds, you know, they should be able to slow some of that down, I think. Eden needs a server expansion. Literally 400 Q every night I try to log in. Yeah. Void Gauntlet will really help out, round out the healer build. Yeah, so for those of you that are like me, this is going to be the first weapon to scale off of focus and intelligence, which will really make it nice when you're running a life staff build. So that will be a really, really nice addition to the game. Now, for the time being, the New World Void Gauntlet will only be in the testing environment, but that means it's eventually coming to the rest of the game as well. I just look at the New World server status site, and it gives you numbers for all the servers. Yeah. New World... Is it New World Status or newworldserverstatus.com? I think it's New World... Yeah, newworldstatus.com if you're interested in looking at servers and their rhythms and how many people are on at a given time, what the patterns look like. What are their peaks, what are their valleys? Is Void Gauntlet the only new weapon? Well, for now, yes. So the New World Public Test Realm is adding a bunch of stuff. So this is the first thing they talk about, the new weapon. And then down here, there's going to be new missions and mobs. Enemy variety will be increased across the world. There's some new enemy quests, new legendary weapon quests, and improved main storyline quests. PvP faction missions are getting updated, and the trading posts have been unified, right? So this is all coming with the New World Public Test Realm that they announced. This is all coming together. So there's going to be multiple new weapons. The Void Gauntlet is just the first one, and they're testing it in this realm first before dropping it in the game to get either feedback or whatever about it. So the Void Gauntlet, I'll just give you the rundown on it if you want. Right here, this paragraph. The Void Gauntlet is going to let you manipulate powers of the Void, and it is a DPS support hybrid. It's the first weapon to scale on both intelligence and focus, making it a great pairing with the life staff and other magic weapons. The Annihilation Tree focuses on maximizing damage at close range and revolves around the Void Blade. So the Annihilation Tree is DPS close range focus by using this blade that you summon. Now the Decay Tree is ranged, and it does healing and debuffs. So you shoot this Orb of Decay, and it will debuff enemies and heal allies. I would imagine most people running Life Staff are going to invest in Annihilation, so they kind of have a DPS alternative to just, launching the Life Staff's projectiles. So if you're running a healing staff, I would imagine most people will do that. They're just going to dig into Annihilation. Decay could be good to be like quasi-healing, but I don't know. We'll have to look at the skills that it has. Like, can it do anything other than that? Like, I'm sure it can, but like, will it be a good competitor for life staff healing? Yo, what's good, Agent Atwood? With only 45, I'd be farming all the high-end resources while you can. When you merge, it'll be tougher. That's true. If you're new and you haven't hit subscribe yet, subscribing is free, and we'd love to see you introduce yourself in chat if you're new. We have a great community here, lively discussions. We're super close to 300 likes, and we love seeing that sub count go up, and we love seeing new names come back every day, so thank you for that. Decay is anti-healing, I believe. It doesn't say that. It says that this is a DPS support hybrid, and Decay gives you healing and debuff. So it debuffs enemies and heals your allies. I don't know what you mean by anti-healing. That's not what I get when I read this. Does it seem fair to you that there is a new legendary mission for Void Gauntlet while other weapons have seen nerfs to their weapons to epics? I mean, I don't really consider that a problem. I mean, obviously you would want to have all the weapons treated, you know, fairly and evenly, but I don't see how you're connecting a legendary mission to nerfs. So you don't like the fact that there's a legendary mission, but other weapons have seen nerfs to their weapons to epics? How are those connected? It says debuffs enemies, so maybe healing reduction debuff. Usually a debuff means you're either going to take away their damage or their protection, so you'll basically make them take more damage. Like Slag in Borderlands. They're all called legendary missions. They're mastery mission weapons? So you're saying because I'm not connecting the dots here. I know it's tough. You only have 200 characters in YouTube chat. Some of that's going to be challenging to make your point. I'm not catching your point. And it's not your fault. That's just the way that, you know, YouTube chat sometimes is. The K is to take more damage. That's what I was thinking. You would make them take more damage. Weapons used to be legendary. Void Gauntlet will probably be purple. Well, no, Void Gauntlet is the class. That's not... Look, you're going to be able to go get... These are all different Void Gauntlets. The same way you can go get different spears. So that you're not... The Void Gauntlet itself is not a legendary weapon. It's a class. It's like sword and board. It's like hatchet. The legendary mission is supposed to unlock a legendary version of the weapon. Right, that we might have some confusion here. So it says down here that when you reach level 60 and maximum skill level with the Void Gauntlet, then you'll be able to go do a quest for like a legendary one. We're also releasing a new legendary weapon quest series, and so since they're telling you you have to hit maximum skill level with Void Gauntlet and be level 60, it's safe to assume that's going to be for a legendary Void Gauntlet. The PvP flag change is nice. Let's go down and look at that. Where is that? It's down below? No. PvP faction missions? Is that in here or somewhere else that you're talking about, Ginger? Because I'm not seeing anything about flagging in the testing environment. I know they're also talking about combat changes they want to do. That I really liked that read. Once you max a weapon to level 20, you get the legendary quest. Correct. Okay. Oh, every weapon has a legendary weapon quest that unlocks at 580 gear score. It's purple, but it's referred to as a legendary weapon quest. Okay, got it. Oh, it was in the dev blog. Okay. Okay, so Kingdom says, for example, the IG at once had a legendary mission with a legendary weapon. It has since been nerfed to epic. If Void is legendary, that doesn't seem equal. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, thank you, Kingdom, for clarifying. Demetrius with 3 months. Double dipping for 3 months. Thank you for keeping your membership here. I mean, J-Stub works on the game, so I think more than likely he might be able to confirm this. He might not be able to. You said it got nerfed to epic. Okay, well, let's just look at the phrasing right here. To start this epic endeavor. That may be a hint that, yes, this is being called legendary, but you will be grinding for an epic. I don't know. Did you get an Elden Ring code yet? No, I didn't. It's only co-op and PvP, so it'd have been fun to play with some homies, but no, I did not. I did not. Sadly. Somebody offered me their code, and I was like, no. You play. You have fun. So, I would imagine this is going to be an epic just like the others. Have we gotten... Man, just call one more like for 300. You guys love to edge the likes. It happened earlier. It was like 195, 198, you know. We ran an elite farm last night. 25 of us PvP on. Was fun and fast. And reagents aplenty. Oh, Ginger says PvP flagging will give you a luck boost to rare drops. Yeah, they said in a patch note a while ago, they said that they were going to make PvP flagging more beneficial. I remember them saying that. Can't confirm anything that hasn't been announced, unfortunately. To be honest, there are things I still don't even know about in the game. I just make environment art. Well, we appreciate your contribution to the game because the environment art, along with the sound design, is stellar. So, I guess that makes sense. You can't confirm stuff that, you know, that isn't out there yet, that isn't out there by the public. That makes sense. Let's see. How far back do I have to go for gameplay here? We don't want Dynasty Shipyard. Let's do this. We'll reuse these settings, and we'll just change the thumbnail. And we'll turn on the monetization. That's all good. And then we'll set this for noon. We'll get that 30-minute noti in like 2 minutes for the gameplay. We will be diving into New World gameplay today, as we are discussing the New World Void Gauntlet and the public test realm right now. We are going to try to get in, obviously. We are going to try to get in, but doesn't mean we will, because there's going to be just 2 servers starting out. Okay, there it goes. All right, let me come over here and make sure I set redirect. I forgot to do that one day, and boy, did it hurt. Even if you did not get a code, there's so much info and videos out right now. I stopped caring that I did not get to play myself. It looks amazing. Yeah. How long until it's meant to be live? Well, let me reboot my Steam here and tell you it's going to go live at 12 p.m. Pacific. Well, that's when they plan, and that's 3 p.m. Eastern. It's supposed to be installable well before that. It's supposed to be installable well before that. And you got to reboot Steam, and it should be an installable application. It should be an installable application when you boot up Steam, as long as you own New World. I don't think you can like go in and get it for free if you want. You have to own the game. Yeah, it's not listed in my applications yet. Yeah. Did YouTube just have like a big blip? What just happened? We lost like 50 people in the blink of an eye. I think YouTube's been acting squirrely today. We've been the viewership number's been like this all day. I think we got to put on a rotator for gaming. I think we were getting a lot of clicks. It seemed we were getting a lot of clicks. What is it? New World. I think we were probably pretty high up there for Void Gauntlet, maybe. No, Incognito, we're not. Maybe Public Test Realm. Yeah, Public Test Realm, we're like number 1. So that was probably helping us. Maybe we're up on the... We might have been up on top for gaming. We're not right now on Incognito, so... And doesn't look like we're recommended on Incognito. Maybe if we go to live and then go to gaming live, we might be in that funnel. I don't know where we were that was getting us such a high click rate, but we were. YouTube's been having odd issues. Veter said a big one. Okay, so there was a big blip. Okay, so the numbers might fix themselves then. Currently, it looks like we just lost it. You know, just lost to it. Whatever happened, just bumped everybody off. Watching Lono play Dark Souls 3 has got me wanting to play through it again. Yeah, it sounds like from what everybody's telling me, I'll make light work of the next boss. This is what people are telling me, and then we'll just transition into Sekiro. So we might have to do, an extra stream on Friday, and I am just fine with that. I am totally fine with that. I saw you on my recommended. Oh, is this your first time being here? I love when people say that. They're like, yeah, you were on my recommended and I clicked. Hopefully you're having a good time and hit sub and come back. We appreciate all the new folks today. This video is done well today. We've met a lot of new folks. Where'd you buy Sekiro the first time? PC. It's right here in my Steam library. I played it for 5.5 hours according to this, and I got 3 achievements. So yeah, PC. You're not one to fight the Nameless King. Our plan for the Nameless King in DLC environments is to go back another time. Like, From Fridays is going to be a constant fixture on this channel. So much so that we are going to start opening up Friday. The talk show will be an Elden Ring topic leading up to Elden Ring. So we have a topic for this Friday. I'm not going to tell you what it is because we have spies that steal our topics. Suddenly there'll be a video about Elden Ring and my topic tomorrow. We're like, wait a minute. So I can't tell you what I'm going to talk about that far in advance because our topics get sniped. And not by people we have good relationships with. Like, Ginger and I have made similar videos and topics about New World, and that's totally fine. This is usually done by people that I am not in a good relationship with. So, but I have like 4 or 5 Elden Ring topics already planned, and we'll start taking From Friday, and the whole day will be a From Friday talk show and From Friday gameplay. That's kind of the plan. Hoping Demon Souls goes on sale for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Either you could check on both days. That is a beautiful game, Eugene. Oh, it's such a good remaster. Oh my gosh. So good. J-Sub's been in the industry a while. Yeah. I felt bad for him because he worked on Crucible, and we gave Crucible a fair shot. We did a couple bounties on Purple, and I saw the potential, but I don't know. I could kind of tell. I was like, I don't know if this game was ready for prime time. It felt it kind of felt like an alpha, not because of lack of polish. It just didn't feel like it was. It just didn't feel like it was ready yet. I felt really bad. But very thrilled that New World's going well for him, because I know that was probably pretty disappointing for anybody that worked on Crucible. A Destiny YouTuber suddenly has Elden Ring videos, not sus at all. Yeah, well, it's fine. When you create your own value, you don't have to draft off of others, and that's what we're trying to do here. So, started when I was 21. This makes 20 years as a game dev. Oh man, that's a long time, dude. That's good. That's a good run. I've only been in the content creation for 7 years maybe. Didn't he pretty much copy Lono's thumbnails? Yeah, they're almost they're very similar to what I was doing. Yes, but we've since changed our thumbnails and they look much better. Started Sekiro last night. Think I'll finish it soon, and then I want to try Demon Souls. Yeah, Demon Souls is good. I wouldn't be afraid of using like a guide for Demon Souls so that you can move through the game linearly, since it's not linear. It's not as I don't think it's as linear as Sekiro. I think Sekiro is pretty linear. It's not super linear, but it's more linear than like the Souls games. So Dark Souls 3 is very linear. I've enjoyed that aspect of it. Still can get a little mazy and confusing. You just changed the color of the font? Well, and a lot of the colors were almost identical to the 4 colors we like to use from the microphone. I don't care. I really don't. I really don't care. I don't. I saw subtweets about me again. You know, apparently somebody thinks my latest Say No to Rage story is about them. I found that to be hilarious. I was like, you're not even mentioned in the video. Like, you know, like anytime they get hate, it's my fault. And I was like, but you're not even mentioned in the video. But they'll tell their audience. They'll tell their audience that, you know, old Say No to Rage is making videos and, you know, slandering me and sending hate my way. And I'm like, you're not even in the video. Like, sorry, you know, hate to burst your bubble. You're in the next one, though. You're in the next one, though. Oh, golly. With a giant disclaimer at the bottom of the video. Don't go after and attack anybody. Hilarious. Somebody even said you sent hate because of the latest spicy content due to your religion. It's almost comical. It's almost comical. I was talking about this with my wife last night. I was like, doesn't that create a mystery gap? Isn't anybody going to go check, you know, and be like, let me go see what old Say No to Rage is talking about. And then they'll watch the video and be like, wait a minute, you're not being honest with us. You're lying to us. It's like, does nobody that supports you have like their own brain cells? Like, it's like, yes, we accept what you say. Yes, it's like, it's so comically inaccurate. It's comically inaccurate. It's like I'm literally, genuinely, with mirth in my heart, laughing at you. It's like this is not even remotely accurate, and yet they just drink it up. Thank you, Zero, for the brand new membership. Enjoy your dope badge and emote your dope and deserve dope stuff. Okay, so viewership fixed itself. Any of you that had to refresh, sorry about that. YouTube's having some issues today, so we're not really sure what's going on. So thank you for being here, smashing the like button. A lot of new subscribers today as well, and new members, so thank you for supporting the channel. We've been breaking down the New World Void Gauntlet news, as well as the New World Public Test Realm update. And if you have any questions, feel free to subscribe. That enables you to talk in chat and enables you to ask questions if you have them. And we're supposed to be the cult. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, I feel like it has depreciating returns. Like, to continually be dishonest to your audience is like, this is going to have depreciating returns. Because over time, they're going to be like, what you're saying isn't true. Like, I went and checked it myself. Like, what you're saying is not true about this guy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, please go watch the recent Say No to Rage episode. They're not mentioned once. They get and this is the funniest part about it. They get mentioned in the AMA. They get mentioned in the AMA, and I defend them in the AMA. I defend them. Like, I don't think they had anything to do with my ban, and people should leave them alone. But, you know, I don't know. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, you know. You don't seem to have the capacity to tell the truth about the guy. So maybe nothing you've said has been true about him, since the pattern of behavior is to be dishonest and constantly misrepresent him. Just started listening to you. You make my work morning easier. Thanks. I appreciate that, Timmy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Eugene says, I struggled for like 2 hours and then the game just clicked. Eugene had a similar experience to Returnal. Like, he said, like, Returnal, like, clicked for him, and then all of a sudden he had, like, a much easier time with the game. So, like Lono said, he defended her in the AMA and said he doesn't think she was the reason. Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like I said, like, why would you just so consistently, like, be dishonest about me? I just don't understand. It's like, don't you think eventually that's going to catch up with you? Like, people are going to be like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not even mentioned in the video, and you come up in the AMA, and he defends you. Like, what the frick is this? Or did they lose her dog? Oh, really? I didn't see that. Loss of a pet sucks. I don't care who you are. I don't hold ill will, man. We lost our cat last summer. It was heartbreaking. Got good old boy Jack, man. He's still hanging in there, but he's an old man, dude. We'll lose him one day, and it'll be super sad, you know. Every video is about them. Guaranteed view. I don't know. I don't know what people want, man. I don't know what people want. Yeah, I remember the anniversary thing, Christina. Yeah. A year ago, we did this. My favorite tweet in that thread is that if I would just apologize, it would fix everything. I'm like, really? Is that so? You mean like when I tried to and was mercilessly attacked, and then for 2 weeks you and all your ilk brigaded for me to lose my entire way of livelihood and providing for my family, but all I had to do was that? It's just hilarious. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. All right, I'm going to reboot Steam and see if we can install this thing yet. Let's see. Void Gauntlet's going to be the new meta. Dude, the New World Void Gauntlet is going to be... It's going to be something. It's going to be something. You guys want to see it? There it is. There it is. If you tuned in for the New World Void Gauntlet information, we're going to try to get in. We're going to try to... That's later today. We're going to try to show it off if we can. Our cat shows up 4 hours later, so now I have some random cat. She thought it was one of ours. You just have a random cat buried in your yard. That's perfect. You're like, son of a gun. We just... Oh, well. Fertilizer, I guess. Free fertilizer. Watch what you say. Yes. I've really liked that Water Marlin. Her and a couple of the other guys, they act like mean tweets are just devastating. I'm like, man, I wonder if that's anything like losing a 6-figure business and being scared of losing your home and providing for your family. Like, I wonder if mean tweets are equal, like, in the grand scheme of, like, trauma and, you know, psychologically damaging experiences. Like, mean tweets and... making a guy trend in North America and losing all of his income. Like, I don't know, which is worse here? Which is more damaging to a person? I've always said, if you can't take mean tweets, get the frick out of the business. You soft. Like, come on. You soft. Everybody gets them. Like, I got death threats, you know? People mess with my wife on Facebook. Like, get out of the industry. Thought healer was OP. Now you're going to be getting slapped while not being able to kill them. Right. That's probably going to be a concern, Remlock, is Void Gauntlet's influence over PvP. You know? No, I didn't get a code, Gale. I did not get a code. The stuff is down now, though. I'm sorry. The embargo's down, so, you know, we can get full look at it. So, yeah, I think Void Gauntlet will probably be one of the... They're going to want people to test this in PvP. They're going to want people to test this out in PvP because it'll be a problem. It'll be a problem. Power Stance is back in Elden Ring. Oh, well, there you go. You don't know what we want? We want a Lono OnlyFans. Stop denying it. Let's see here. In about 20 minutes or so, we'll be diving into New World gameplay. Actually, no, it'd be a little bit less than that. So let me get the game booted back up just in case I run into a small queue. I think the queues are only hitting in the evening. I'm going to reopen Steam, and we'll see if I can install the thing yet. Probably not. We'll probably have to do that literally during our gameplay stream, and then we'll try to get in at the end of the gameplay stream. No, it's not installable yet. Okay. That's okay. We'll boot up. We'll do those faction things. We'll get the crazy rested. And, yeah. Michael says, I feel like the best fix for healers is to make Seth heal PvP only be reduced by 50%. That's not a bad suggestion. Thanks for subbing, by the way. I see you're one of the newer subs and chiming into the conversation. We appreciate meeting new folks and you guys jumping in and being a part of the convo. We do. We greatly appreciate that. I'll do a collab on OnlyFans with you. No. No, Hex. No. That's not a good idea. That is not a good idea. You've got Snow. Work with Snow. No, I don't want to. We have creative differences. I don't want to work with you. I was gonna do one, doing chores around the house wearing jeans. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to try to compete with you. You'll take all the attention off of me. What's good, Silver Subaru? If they can separate PvP and PvE damage heals, then it'll be amazing. Well, I mean, I think that they're gonna have to get to a place where they do that, right? They're gonna have to. It's only a matter of time before you're gonna have exactly what we're worried about with Void Gauntlet. Like, the New World Void Gauntlet's gonna land, and people are gonna be like, "What on earth? You just broke all the heal builds. They're unkillable in PvP." Unkillable. Come on, no. Absolutely not. Great Axe feels bad too. They just kill everyone. This was always going to be a struggle for this game, right? This was always going to be a struggle for this game because, in general, they have to consider that as a central tenet, and then you're always going to have to worry about, if we nerf it here, it's going to affect it over there. If we buff it here, it's going to affect it over there. Like, they're going to have to be able to split that sandbox. They're going to have to. I can't see them not splitting the sandbox. Just can't see it. Especially with the introduction of the Void Gauntlet. The Void Gauntlet's going to almost have to necessitate them saying there will be PvE and PvP, changes and differences and stuff like that. You're going to have to. I don't see a way out of that. I really, really don't. Unkillable and can kill now. Before, I was just an eternal DPS test hit dummy. Right. So now all of a sudden the test dummy's gonna, like, in those movies where, like, all of a sudden the AI comes to life, all of a sudden the test dummy's gonna, like, wake up and have, like, a samurai sword in his hand, like, uh-oh. You've been hitting me a lot lately, Dave. I don't like that. Can you see how long we've been subbed? I wish I could. Because sometimes somebody like you may be a long-time member, but then you say something nasty in chat and, like, I light you up, right? And you're like, oh, man, and then you unsub. But sometimes people come in on alts or brand new accounts and they say something nasty to try to get a rise. So, like, it's hard to tell, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the stuff you were saying earlier was just trash, And so I gave you a chin shot. I gave you a pretty hefty chin shot, But if you've been around a long time, sometimes I'll be like, come on, man, that's not cool. Like, I'll approach it differently, Heals are too strong, muskets don't hit for crap, and the Great Axe wrecks everything. Just need a good balance to fix these, and the hatchet still hits hard even after they fix the bug. I'm not mad, I love this place. Alright, okay. Alright. Well, you stuck around. I mean, some of the best people here are the people that survive a chin shot. Some of our best members are people that have survived a Lono chin shot. They're like, yeah, I ticked him off. I always want to have that feature here on YouTube. Mixer had the coolest feature where you had channel levels, and the more you watch, the more you leveled. Dude, purple, oh my gosh. All we got to do is copy their moderation tools and how their chat works. Clicking on a person on purple and seeing how long they've been following, seeing their chat log history. Oh my gosh. It was great. I loved it. That was phenomenal. Because people would be like, I didn't say that. And I'd be like, hang on a minute. Dink. And I'd click on their name. Like, here you are 10 minutes ago. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I'd like read their chat back to them. Oh, hey, you were here 3 weeks ago being a douche. Ban. You know what I mean? I've been here a long time, by the way. Well, I appreciate that. You know, if that's true, you know, there's no way for me to know. There's no way for me to know, you know. Lono, don't deny it. Hex is welcoming you. I don't want to participate. I'll cheer you on from the sidelines. Go, yay, make that money. But I'm not participating, bro. Oh man, it sucks you can't pre-download. No, they said we're supposed to be able to pre-download. It's going to hit the Steam Marketplace before the servers go live, right? I'm new here. You're unentertaining and your hair looks dumb. Thanks, Nova. Yeah, we sold coffee though. I think we sold like 4 orders. Oh, I get lunch now? Yeah, my wife won't give me lunch if we don't get 4 orders. So you have to up that quota, babe, so we get more, you know? 100. Quesadilla will be easier to eat. I can't eat an enchilada down here. That'll be a dadgum disaster.
Do you want ice cream?
A cupcake is fine. Ice cream won't work either. I'm about to be playing. Okay. Let us hang on. Okay. Yeah, let me customize the channel. I'm gonna bump gameplay to the top, and then we're gonna shift gears here in just a few minutes. Just not yet. New World Void Gauntlet is still on the menu, as well as the public test environment. I miss the old Lono, the long-haired Lono, the no dad jokes Lono. I miss the old Kanye. I miss the new Kanye. Let's see. Okay. Now, we got great results today. We need to make sure this stream does not go beyond 3 hours. It might perform well after I'm not live. We've been trying to be pretty intentional about that. We like you guys, but we got to keep the stream short. So give me just a brief moment. I'm going to run upstairs, use the restroom, and I will be right back. I was just making sure I didn't need to take my water with me to refill it. Okay, don't go anywhere. All right, don't go anywhere. And we'll be jumping into some gameplay, and then we are going to try to get into that New World public test realm and test out that New World Void Gauntlet. All right, I'll be right back. All right, chat. Chat. Where can we find the PTR on Steam? It should be just installable in your games when it becomes available. That chair looks cozy. I need that chair. I fell victim to the racing chair a few years ago. I would buy from Mavix. We're not partnered with them. We would love to be partnered with them because they make a really nice red one like this. Mavix has these high back ergonomic mesh chairs. It'd be great to work with them. They have an application process that I submitted to, but I don't know. They work with people of varying sizes, and we pull pretty great weight here. For live streams on YouTube, we do a good job here. We do. We're a very scrappy channel. We appreciate you guys, the new members, new subs, long-standing members, long-standing subs. We greatly appreciate it. We've met a lot of new people through New World. We'll also be covering Lost Ark. We are super close to rolling over to 8,000 subs. That's just incredible. Eyes on the prize, man. 10K subs is, around the corner. Mavix, just go right to Herman Miller. Mavix would be a little bit more affordable than Herman Miller. Herman Miller just launched a gaming division as well, so those might be more affordable. Like Herman Miller Gaming, they have a Twitter account. It was Herman Miller... Yeah, HM Gaming, Herman Miller Gaming, just launched. They have advanced gaming gear, so they're making the same push. So, but you're probably going to pay a little bit more for a Herman Miller, but they have some nice chairs as well. But high back ergonomic mesh chairs are great. Racers aren't necessarily bad. They're they're not very comfortable. Yeah, we have a Discord. You can use the Discord command. All these commands down here are how you can support. We're partnered with Displate. My shirt is from 80s Tees. We have our own coffee that we sell, and we have our Discord. So if you want to get involved, you want to get plugged in, you want to support me directly, those commands down there will enable you to do that. If you ever want to get... 80s Tees has a great Christmas shirts right now. Whether you're a Star Wars fan, Transformers, it doesn't matter. Marvel, they got great Christmas shirts. Just remember to use code LONO for 30% off. The coffee is wonderful. It's been selling like crazy. It's our coffee. You're not supporting like some other company where I get a kickback. Like, this is ours. We ship it from our house. My kiddos will draw you pictures and make you a nice little note. We have a light roast, a dark roast, and a holiday blend called the Frickmas blend. All the coffee has balanced acidity, which is why it's so drinkable. People in chat will tell you how good it is. I have non-coffee drinkers that have started drinking coffee because of the light roast, and then the dark roast and the Frickmas blend are kind of two of the leads right now. A lot of people buy the dark roast and the holiday blend to take the Madam Challenge. My wife, Madam Crumpet, she can't decide which she likes more. So you can click the coffee command. Again, that's ours. And we were very appreciative of the insane and just regular support of that. And yeah, thank you very, very much. And yeah, the affiliate code for Amazon too, that's just such an easy way to support you just anytime you're going to buy anything on Amazon, that link is below in the description, and it's extremely easy to use. You just click it, and then anytime you order anything, it'll support me. So it looks like, that's for just November the 9th. Why would it do that? Let's do the last 30 days. Last 30 days apply. It looks like people are regularly using the affiliate link. That's great. Again, as always, super proud of you for how far you've risen from the BS, and you're doing great. Thank you. You live on a coffee bean farm or something? No, this coffee is roasted, bagged, and labeled by a professional company, and then they ship it to me. So I get like a skid of coffee, and then we ship it to you. Now, the address on here, distributed by, that's us. That's the SNTR network and my P.O. box. So you're not going to get my home address by ordering the coffee. So, speaking of Madam Crumpet, I'd like your opinion on the Tiny Tina separate game being sold years later. They're giving it away for free in some places, and they're selling it for like $10. So I think it's fine, Noberto. It's great. It's one of the best DLCs. It's one of the best pieces of Borderlands content out there. I think the Tiny Tina's game is gonna perform better and be liked more by the community than Borderlands 3. That has been my prediction. I do. I think that's what's going to happen. I think people are going to praise it more and like it more. I think it's going to land on the community a lot better than Borderlands 3. So. And don't forget, guys, SNTR Presents is getting videos all throughout the week. Every Thursday, we're continuing the Say No to Rage story. This week, it'll be the Destiny 2 directory and kind of everything that happened there. But today, I've got a video going up about virtue signaling versus true virtue. I talk about how virtue signaling gets overused as a term. It's a great video. I really liked how it turned out. So make sure and support that later this afternoon. We are going to try to get into the testing and check out that new World Void Gauntlet. Lono secretly lives in Honduras and goes by the name Jorge. And he runs his underground coffee. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, let's shift gears here to ensure that this stream does not hit longer than 3 hours. I'm going to put a link in chat, but it should redirect you, okay? So you shouldn't have to do anything. The redirects have gotten better. If it doesn't work, use the link in chat or the link that I have pinned at the top of chat to come with us, okay? Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Continuing with more New World gameplay, we may, in this stream, during this New World gameplay stream, we may actually have to break and install the public test realm so that we are able to show that off. We want to look at that New World Void Gauntlet. We want to make sure and check that out during our New World gameplay. So thank you so much for being here, and we're going to end the other stream and redirect everyone